What up, what up, what up, world? You already know what time it is. Your boy, Matt Mr. Host, we won't never need to brag no boast. All we ever did was give a toast to the real folks who done paved the way in the real way. Always players to play. I'm parlay this great game that we got for y'all today. And I'm Rolo Dolo right now, but I'm gonna give it to y'all straight from the hip. You know what I'm saying? Straight legs, no chase. So y'all listen to this. Suge Knight speaking out again on the Tupac case. He said he ain't testifying for yeah motherfucking case. And isn't it the same thing that he said about 20 years ago when they asked him if you knew who shot Tupac, would you testify? He said, absolutely not. On our Arsenio Hall show. So that's some cold shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no business like whole business, but show business is the mother. Dang. So we got jury selection underway for the Keefe D trial. He's going to select a jury of his peers. It's going to take a while, but we're going to get to it. And I feel like Suge Knight, he needs to let it out, man. If he feels like he has to say something about the whole situation, let it out, man, because he always got something to say, but he never wants to really break down the nitty gritty, you know? And I get it, you know. He feels like Tupac, he wouldn't have wanted that, whatever the case may be. And he don't live by those. But he wasn't even like Suge Knight was a square turn street trying to be two streeter than the street niggas. And I don't understand that dynamic because like, okay, you were in the street and all that, but you lost, Playboy. You lost in the sauce. So it's hard to comprehend why you do certain things. You know what I'm saying? At first, you don't like Keefe D. I mean, you don't want nothing to happen to Tupac, but you trying to show him that he should start gangbanging and doing all this shit with y'all. And then something happens, then you won't snitch on Pac, but you talking shit about Easy and all this other shit. That was the reason why the whole shit crumbled in the first place. God damn it. You giving money to gangbangers, paying them to hold you down, but you ain't even paying them right. This shit's all messed up. Man. Right. Suge Knight, you're supposed to know better than that. Than to come out here and talk like it's like you wishy washy with the shit. You don't really care about having justice for Tupac or anybody having some type of redemption for Tupac or anything like that. It's just you want to hear yourself talk, so let's hear him talk. Listen. Get me on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to Keefe. Oh yeah, and salute to Boss Talk 101 podcast. Fair use. We're gonna break this shit down quick and real slick.
Man, Suge Knight said, leave me out of it. Just take my name off of this. Leave me out of it. OG, you there? OG, Suge Knight said, leave me out of it. He says, leave me out of it. Suge Knight says he doesn't want to testify again on the Tupac murder suspect. Leave me out of it. OG is just he's such a stand-up guy and he's not trying to hear it. One thing you can say about it, everything that ever happened to Henry and Suge Knight, everybody in every situation, they call him this and they call him that. But he ain't never talking on nobody. Everybody call him. They go to the government, they go to the IRS, they go to the police office. He tried to kill me. He tried to do this to me. But still ain't never told no one. And he ain't even going to be against it. But all them gangsters told on him. So, you know, I can see him trying to keep me out of it, but I can't see him want to get there and put a light on a situation that um, this boy Chief D is scared because if you don't get up on that stand, he knows not a name it's a name that's gonna hurt somebody's feelings. Damn, here we go. He's been a dominant persona in the world of hip hop for more than 3 decades. He also remains the only living eyewitness to the drive-by assassination of Tupac. And from prison, Marion Suge Knight said he still refuses to cooperate with law enforcement as prosecutors try to convict the only man ever charged in connection with the 1996 shooting of the legendary rapper. This trial has nothing to do with me, is what Suge said. And if somebody brings me there, it's going to hurt whoever brings me there. I promise that. Suge Knight said in an interview last week on ABC. He says, the 61-year-old Suge Knight, now serving an unrelated 28-year sentence in California for voluntary manslaughter, stemming from a 2015 fatal hit and run in Los Angeles, is all well aware that the jury selection starts Monday in Las Vegas, and in the trial of one-time Crip gang leader DeWan Keefe D. Davis, nearly 30 years to the day that Shakur was gunned down in a passenger seat in a BMW Knight was driving. Davis is accused of murder for allegedly giving his crew the only order to open fire on Shakur in relations to him. You heard the fight. So for a fight, OG, do you what? Why is Suge Knight so adamant about saying, "Don't take me up there"? Because you get me, do not take me up there. Why is he now fighting not to go from San Diego to Las Vegas? And what you mean? It's funny. He just explained to them. I'm like, come on, I'm not, he's gonna go. It's simple. But I don't know. The DNA has him as a hostile witness. But if he get on the stand, he don't get on the stand. He cannot help himself. Because he going to tell you get anything like a microphone in front of him, he like a chatty Chappy dog. He gonna get to saying some stuff that it's gonna knock everybody's socks off. And I don't think Las Vegas gonna stop. So you in your heart you understand and should. Wait, wait, you ain't getting my heart. Why are you talking about my dang heart up in this conversation, bro? Goddamn. Hold on. Hold on. I didn't do it. I didn't. I don't give a. Hold on. Hold on. Um, you get hard. Look at this shit, America. It's gonna hit my heart. Oh, gee, it's sad because you should have a heart for it because you grew up with these guys. So at the end of it, okay, are these guys from Compton? Yes or no? No, actually they're not. Yes, they are. KBD from Compton, Suge Knight from Compton. You grew up with these guys. When I grew up, anything past Alameda was not Compton anymore. When you went over to Santa Fe on one side, where Suge grew up at, we thought that was Linwood. They went to Linwood High School. Where TV, you grew up on the south side, they went to Dominguez. That's Paramount. So they didn't go to Compton High School. They didn't go to Centennial High School. They didn't go to they went to Wayland and Roosevelt. There was white schools when I was growing up. Gee, but these guys still are in that 10 square miles. They still there. We didn't know that part up. They had a shuffleboard in their parks. White people used to steal their cars over the west side. Them little kids, what they didn't come around until 69 and 70. I was so deep in on my way to prison at that time. So yeah, they would just being born at that time. but still they grew up. You seen how prominent they was in those neighborhoods. They grew up. I would say they grew up in a neighborhood that you had love for, and that's how it ended up in your damn heart. Because you had love for the neighborhood, you had love for Rosecrans and all of those Highland Street, all of that stuff. You had love for that, and so as you seen these guys developing, you grew a love for them, and in your heart, you knew these guys represented Compton. Can I tell you something? The old man told me at San Quentin a long time ago. What did he tell you? He said, love is two fools feeling sorry for each other. So in your heart doesn't exist. In my heart, love is two fools feeling sorry for each other. When you care about something or care about somebody, you do something for them. Okay. And here it is, Suge Knight, Keefe D. These are guys that you seen grow up in your neighborhoods. And I'm doing something for them. I'm staying out there. So the same streets you drove on, some of the parks that you had to go to, they were at those parks. They was in those neighborhoods. Grown men do not hang out in parks. These guys was on the same streets you was on, doing some of the same things that you done as kid growing up, very close to your heart. Very close to your heart. These guys are guys that you seen come up and you like, man, they remind me of myself somewhat. Youngsters coming up in your neighborhood. And now that everything shit that hit the fan and blew back in your face, you don't want to be attached to the whole situation no more. They're from Compton, you're from Compton. So therefore, I look at this as a thing that you guys do up there. You did hit it on the head how you start separating yourself. So you got it right. And in my heart, I'm separating myself. Okay. So you didn't play little league football over there with them? I ain't played no. All I ever done growing up is run from the police. I was not sportsman inclined. I ran track in school because I knew how to jump fences and I ran 120 low hurdles. And that was about my exercise that I would ever do. I've never played football, baseball, volleyball with nobody ball. I don't ball at all. You don't ball at all? At all. Um, here's what I want you to hear from me right quick. This is something I want you. Here we go. Let me go ahead and get this pulled up because I want you to hear. This here is KVD in trial, getting ready to pick his. They're picking the jury today. It sounded. He looked like he. The lawyers are in the process of selecting a jury in this very high-profile case. 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne has a front row seat for all of it. Kyle, how far along are they? Brian, Vanessa, we began the day with a courtroom full of jurors. By lunchtime, the judges sent about 20 of them home, many of whom the judge decided had legitimate conflicts or reasons not to serve. This is our first look today at EVD, Dwayne Davis, the man accused of putting the steps leading up to rapper Tupac Shakur's murder into motion. I'm going to stop it right there. How did you feel he looked? He looked poised. He had a nice button down on with a tie. He stood up. He faced off with the judge real smooth. How did you think when you seen him? How did he look like he was ready to win a trial? No, he didn't. He looked like the Undertaker. What? Oh, gee, he's in there for the fight of his life, and you sitting there saying stuff like that. Don't make sense. He's sitting up in there with a 20-year-old judge that was his yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. He didn't say he didn't let that public pretender set him up for a crucifixion. They already nominated. Once the jury finds you guilty, I'm going to sentence you to death. Who does that? He picked that. He's the one picked that, OG. That's his prerogative. He didn't know nothing about it. His attorney gave him bad advice. Who was the white couple sitting behind him, right there next to him, like he with him? Who was that? Those are some other white folks for the next case. What do you think? They would keep it. He looked like they sitting right beside him. That lady do it. She playing crossword puzzles behind him. No, this is it. This got to be somebody who's supporting him, man, out of Vegas or something. But didn't he live in Las Vegas? Yeah, he been living out every. He never went back after he caught that case. They sent him in Las Vegas to stay in. Him and Bob James lived in Las Vegas for 20 years. So, do you think they always had it in for him to know that we'll one day arrest him? Of course, that's why they did it. But who was this white couple behind him? That with his plaid shirt on. That's Heckle and Jekyll. There's a reason why they sitting there. Either they support him, they don't look supportive. They hadn't talked to him. Their body language doesn't say we're here to support Keefe D. I don't know who they are. I'm trying to say anybody that knows who this couple is, get in the comments if you can see this picture of these two people sitting behind QVD. His attorney's standing right there. And who is this couple behind him there? The white couple. They both wearing glasses. One of them seemed to have his wallet in his hand or a phone in his hand. Who is this couple just sitting behind him? And guys, I gotta ask you something. Do y'all agree with Suge Knight saying he's not going to testify? That he's not going to. Here it is right here. He said, in the months after Shakur succumbed to his injuries, Knight told ABC News he wouldn't cooperate with the law enforcement in their investigation because I don't get paid to solve homicide. That's what he told me like 30 years ago. Now locked up in a state penitentiary near San Diego, Suge Knight has changed his tune. They make here you go. They make me come there. We're against my will. If Keefe D's lawyer bring me there, it don't look good for him. If the prosecution brings me there, it don't look good for them. Shouldn't I leave me out of it? You don't want me up on that stage stand. It said it was the night of September the 7th, 1996. My daughter, she born September the 7th on my daughter's birthday. And Suge Knight was shot on my him and Suge Tupac in Sin City. They went down there to see Mike Tyson fight Bruce Shelton, right? At the MGM Grand. The bout was a big draw for Glority. It says gangs and their entourage, they all was there, particularly from the Southern California area. It says also Vegas that night, according to prosecutors, was Davis allegedly traveling with his nephew and several others. When the action in the ring ended, another fight broke out in the casino lobby. Shakur and Knight encountered Orlando Baby Lane Anderson Davis' nephew. They were told Anderson had allegedly been involved in trying to steal Death Row Records pendant months earlier, a major infraction in the hip hop world. So they don't play that in hip hop. Knights led the Death Row. It said Knight led Death Row. He and Shakur confronted Anderson and jumped him and beat him down. That was caught on the hotel security. Y'all all seen that famous beat down that everybody talks about. When they beat him down, this is what caused the problem. Everybody is saying. After it was over, detectives have said Davis and his companions went searching for Shakur allegedly to what exact revenge. They wanted to get revenge on authorities claim they waited at the Las Vegas night spot run at the time by Suge Knight, but he and Shakur didn't show up. Soon after, they left the car in which Davis was allegedly riding, wound up alongside a red BMW night that night he was driving. According to Davis, past accounts to the prosecution, he said Shakur was hanging out of the car sunroof screaming for fans who were trailing there at a stoplight at the intersection of East Flamingo Road on Cobalt Lane, where me and you went, OG. Shakur and Knight were shot. Suge Knight was injured in the hail of bullets. Shakur, in grave condition, was rushed to the hospital. He died 6 days later. You have people who wasn't there, wasn't in the car, but they're telling the story. Knight told ABC News this last week. Now he just had this interview last week. Did that sum it up, OG, about what you think happened during this time that I'm reading? This is the stuff that everything I read sound like that's what happened that night, 30 years ago, on September 7th. I don't know. I wasn't there. You was at the casino, right? Yes, I was. So I know this is getting you nervous because you was down there. You just wasn't on this, but this brings back. I know it brings up a lot of memories for you, and in your heart, I know you feel that night. Park was a friend of yours, and you was with him on grid, and then that hurt your feelings, and I know it hurt you. Okay, okay, well, I get it. I'm not trying to listen. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to bring up no bad memories for you. I'm not. But but I am talking about. I'm gonna read through this article if it's okay with you. I just asked you what did it sound about right? You said you wasn't there, but you and I both know your feelings and everything. Being at that Tyson fight was invested that night. I'm gonna say that. Right. As years turn, as years turn to decades with no charge filed on Shakira's death, many observed throughout the case would remain unsolved forever. They thought that. But then in September 2023, which is years later, authorities arrested Davis, a self confession longtime leader of the Southside Crips from the Los Angeles community of Compton. He had retired to the Las Vegas suburb. Davis was charged with murder with the use of a deadly weapon with the intent to promote, further, or assist a criminal gang. He has been in custody ever since. Throughout the course of the public of the interviews, statements to the law enforcement, and even his own memoir, Davis has repeatedly admitted to his alleged role in Shakur's death. He has pleaded not guilty since being arrested. In March 2025 jailhouse interview, he told ABC News that his prior confessions were lies and that he is innocent. If convicted, the now 63-year-old will never walk out of prison a free man. Once the jury is chosen, the trial is expected to last about 4 weeks. Knight is listed as a possible witness that prosecutors could call to testify. In the interview last week, Knight continued to make no effort, listen to me good, to hide his disdain for Davis. And still, with his own long-standing ties to the Bloods, street gang in Compton, Knight insists that he's not a rat. My loyalty is to Tupac it can never be compromised. Me as a man that I believe in can't compromise. I'm not there to help Davis. I'm damn sure not there to hurt him. Knight said. To actually get to the stand and point somebody out is worse than taking a gun and shooting that man in the head. Because if you shoot a person in the head, they die once. If you get on that stand and you snitch on that person, they die a million times. And I continue. I am not going to be responsible for sending another man to prison for the rest of his life. If God forgive, who am I to think I'm bigger than God and don't forgive because I'm not? Man, this guy is really giving a great, intense interview, OG. He's very deeply invested and he understands that this case is very serious. He's not simplifying it in no way. He did a damn good job with ABC, and there's way more to read. Listen to this. Davis' attorney did not respond to the ABC News request for comment of Knight's statement. The Clark County District Attorney Office prosecutor Davis also declined to comment for the report, noting how many times Davis had admitted to his alleged role in Shakur's death. Knight said he was amused at the idea that Davis' lawyer would plan to argue he wasn't even in Las Vegas the night of the drive-by shooting. Same thing you said, OG. If that is his defense, he might well go with a bang and walk in, sock his lawyer right in the damn face because you already put yourself there. Knight said of Davis' alibi, if somebody's falling off of the cliff and you know this little twig, the little bitty flower, if you try to hold on, and daisies or whatever is going to hold you up, but they're still grappling and trying, knowing it's not going to hold them up. And that's what he's doing. Davis' attorney have tried so far successfully to keep Davis' allegedly public admission out of the trial. He has argued that his only confession for uh, prophet, and because he thought he had immunity from prosecution stemming from the 2008 interview with a joint law, LA federal task force. This here is a lot of stuff going on, OG. He felt he was untouchable. Knight mused that David. He wanted to talk about PA. He wanted to just talk, 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 talk. He kept talking until they put handcuffs on him. Knight told ABC News he doesn't think it matters whether he testifies in Las Vegas or not. Everything he said and talked about, he already told on himself. So what are you going to do with me? Erase all the recording of the interview? He did, Knight said. 30 years after witnessing the killing of the rap star he helped create, Knight said he still misses Tupac Shakur. There's not a day that goes by that me personally doesn't think about Tupac. I miss Pop. Knight, said he was my brother. Suge Mark's music and culture is likely to come up during the jury selection this week. It is also a feature in Knight's own family. The hip hop impersonator said, "My youngest son, his name is Legend. He plays basketball. He's great in the sport. He's smart at school, but it's Talk News. We on fire. Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? Man, we got Keefe D in the news today, man. You know the D stand for dummy or done, if you want to put it that way. Yeah, it can stand for done too. Cause that boy is like done. He's out of here. Hey, man, I wanted to go back to what really got Keefe D locked up. You know what I'm saying? His own words, his mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, with no further ado, let's get into this video. Keefe D dummy done. You know what I'm saying? Telling us how it went down in his own words. Is it true that Puff Daddy had a bounty on the death row chains? No. You know, like they said it's $10,000. It don't make sense because chains weren't worth fucking $10,000. It's a little punk ass chains worth about $500-$600 back then. That was a bullshit chain. I guess he get into his little henchmen. You know, bullshit chains with. Yeah, because I know Suge Knight, Tupac, Snoop, they wasn't wearing cheap chains like that. So it had to be intentional. So you saying his henchmen was wearing like that was a bullshit chain. I wouldn't wear that bullshit. I wouldn't put that on my neck. So how do you know the chains was? Because I've seen it. How you seen it? Oh, he's at it. You getting back from the mall. Okay, so with that being said, man, let's get right into that, man. So the Lakewood Mall incident, the Trayvon Lane. Give me a detailed account of everything that took place. I wasn't there, but one of my little homies, he played for Arizona, University of Arizona. He's at the mall. And my nephew and all the other homies was on their way to meet him to buy him some stuff so he can go off to college. And they was already kind of pressing. It was Trayvon Lane and a couple more dudes. I think Kevin Woods, some other dude. There's three of them. Mm-hmm. And once my little homie seen, he a football player locally. You know what I'm saying? And he was throwing safety. So once he seen the homies come through the door, that's when he knocked Trayvon Lane out to the stand. So that's the chain at the same time. Boom. One of them got knocked out through the shoe rack. Knocked out all the shoes. They fucked him up bad. Yeah. Trayvon Lane, he said y'all never took it. Y'all tried to, but y'all didn't get it. One of the homies named Marcus. He passed away though. That's just all. Yeah, that was bullshit. Chain. I wouldn't do that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Right, right. Or it's crazy. Somebody lost their life over that bull chain. Lando Anderson, he was involved with that incident, right? He was there. Yeah, he was up there. It was about eight homies went up there from Southside, handle their business. Did Orlando talk to you about the incident? Oh no, no. Everybody came back from the mall and told me about the shit. Told me what happened. They was laughing. The Tupac Vegas incident. Why was y'all in Vegas in the first place? some of the fights. He's going to the fights before the rap. These days, he said he wasn't in Vegas at all. But listen to his story, y'all. For sure, he even had a record game. He's been going to the fights since like 88, 89. And come down and put big fights. So did y'all got tickets to that fight? Yeah. Y'all did? Yeah. Okay. Y'all from one of those scalper pockets. Step. Now see, this man got too much detail, man. This ain't no made up story. You telling about, yeah, we got him from a little partner. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a ticket. We go to fight every year. Man, this stuff is not made up, man. Come on, you can tell when somebody making something up, man. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I was in Tracy with him. He's from roller 60s. When dude, he's snapper. I got out. Detail, you know. This. You know, the games, the regular game, the Coliseum, they used to be in front of the thing. I found out he was snapper, so we just changed numbers. So any concert, sporting event, I would call him the other time to get tickets. But you wasn't in Vegas that night. Come on, man. This man got too much detail, man. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna just tell the old regular lie, it ain't gonna be all this, man. What day did y'all show up to Vegas? I came on that Thursday. That Thursday? Yeah. And the fight was on a Saturday. Y'all showed up on a Thursday. And if I'm not mistaken, the day before the shooting, you spoke to Suge Knight and Tupac, right? A day prior. I didn't talk to Tupac no longer. But Suge Knight, you had. Yeah, I was we was waiting on our car in LA at the MGM, and they pulled up, and they Rolls Royces. Not Pop don't know him these days. He was helping Suge. He was helping Suge run the record label. Tell me about that. Because that was a Friday. That was the day before. Yeah, he got out and came and shook my hand. What up, big dog? Suge Knight. Yeah. That's why I didn't understand why would they jump on my nephew the next week. I'm stupid. Okay, so he came up to you, he shook his hand. And said, well, what up, big dog? What you doing? You know, and all the bitches, because all the bras was around him, and said, they like, who the fuck is this dude? He must be powerful. Boy, he wanted to be somebody bad, man. That boy was that boy was so jealous of Suge, boy. He wanted to be somebody bad. All the bras was around. He was like, who this guy is? He wanted to be somebody so bad, man. Look at this dude. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was that. Damn, we just came out of the crowd just to say this dude, man. Yeah. So just take me through that Saturday, everything leading up to the incident. We had tickets. Come on, Scapper dude, and he had us placed all over. We was gonna be at the cafe after the fight. That was all our plans. So everybody had just go to the cafe and shit. I seen some of our partners from 1180 East Coast Crib. They like, hey, they just jumped on your nephew. Like, ooh, it's some death row niggas. Bullshit. Like, damn. And we ran in the lane inside the lobby. So y'all ran into your nephew Orlando. What did he say to you? You know, he said they jumped on him and stuff like that. She was all right. His shoulders kind of fucked up. Once again, y'all, too much detail now. Keep in mind, Keefe D said when he came.
Nah, this nigga can't be disreturned. This nigga went to the judge and said, yo, I wasn't there that night. And the judge said, well, it's written in your book that you were there. And you're like, nah, I didn't write that book. Somebody else wrote that book. But you're right here saying that you were there that night, talking to Orlando Anderson. Now, ain't this some retarded shit? Listen, you can't make this shit up.
Into these interviews, his lawyer, he had a ghostwriter now. His lawyer and somebody else, they put this together. They told him what to say in the interviews and everything. Now, if you listen to this dude and you hear all the details he's throwing in, you can tell this one made up. And then, come on, man, we talking about Keefe D. He wasn't gonna remember all this stuff, man. Come on. I guess from getting kicked in the shoulder or something. He said the shoulder was fucked up. How mad was he? I was more mad than him. Yeah. I was, you know what I'm saying? I believe that was there were people that is. I bet you was mad at him. So, what exactly did he tell you? Did he tell you, like, yo, Tupac jumped on me, or he just said, Jeff Hardy? You know, only injury he had was the shoulder. The shoulder, fucked up. Okay, so, take me through that. You know, Orlando, he got jumped. What happened after that? So, we ran into New York dudes. Slipped them. Yeah, so they need some help. Like, nah, we good. And then, my little homie, we have some little homies out here selling work, kilos and shit. They like, man, you know what them niggas gonna be? They gonna be at 662 because they been advertising. Come on now, y'all. They gonna perform tonight. So we if this dude ain't guilty, man, boy, I don't know who is, boy. For real, boy. The boy got too much details, man. You know what I'm saying? Too much. Up there. And my little homies we got the choppers. And Bob James talking about he seen us back there. He lucky he didn't see us. We didn't see him. You know what I'm saying? They lucky they didn't show up. Bob James, yeah. We had some head on us with us, you know what I'm saying? Bob James seen y'all. What you done, keep it dummy? You done, man. They finna use all this in court, man. Your own words, man. And you're so sincere with it, man. Look at you, man. That boy sitting back, boy. Hey, he feel like he the truth. For real. They lucky they didn't show up. 3 choppers. It would have been a master, you know? And he's pulled up there and shit. Pulled up there, waited up there for about an hour. James said 10 minutes. They wanted to fucking 10 minutes. Waited up there about an hour. We got tired and went on. Started, let's go get high. We bought some champagne bottles, Cristal and Don Perignon and shit. Stopped at the store and got that shit. When we left, when we left, we was in 3 cars, matter of fact. And the other 2 cars missed the light. So we kept on going, heading towards the hotel. When we got to Flamingo. Hey, and I heard one of the girls that was in the inside the trial, inside the courtroom. I heard her say she see one black face in the jury, man. Say she seen all white. That'll be a good thing for him or a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why I say it could be a good thing for him, because hey, he killed another brother. You know, why they probably don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Or they could kill, and they could be Tupac fans and that been following this case along and say, nah, we're gonna get this dude. I don't know, y'all. Some dudes hanging out. He's like he was in a parade or something. Stupid ass hanging out the window. He's like Tupac. He's like, oh, there go that motherfucker. Out to you, and that was it. Yeah. So I want to backtrack him. So y'all was waiting. Look, he proud. He just wanted to be known as something so bad. He just proud. Look at that smirk on his face, man. Look at him. Like, yeah, boy. Hey, boy, I feel like John got it right now, boy. I'm the man right now. Look at him. 662. Tupac and Suge Knight didn't show up. But if I'm not mistaken, y'all was actually waiting at 662 for Tupac and Orlando to fight, right? Yeah. Tell me about that. Because Orlando actually wanted to fight Tupac. They didn't get his ass knocked out. Laying at hands. One punch. Oh, for real? He had hands? Boy said they gave him like 150,000 for these interviews, right? But you in there with a public pretender, public defender, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. Where did the money go? Yeah, my God. So tell me about that. Orlando saying he wanted to fight Tupac and have a heads up with him. I was going to tell Suge, let him get out. That's all. You just gonna beat his ass.
So y'all was at 6 to Tupac and Suge Knight didn't show up. So that's when y'all decided to retaliate, and that's when y'all was like, okay.
Like, we just left so they can show up.
Seeing the girls all over them, Tupac, Tupac, and that's when you changed your mind because you said you wanted them to fight. Come on, man. All this stuff was built up jealousy. And when they came to you and said Orlando got jumped, and you seen him and you found out who it was, this was your opportunity. That's some stuff that you've been holding in for years. You know what I'm saying? What should one give you a job or something?
Okay. Von Zilk is the one that provided y'all with the gun.
I don't know nothing about that.
Man, you already told him the man.
It's in the book and everything.
It's in the book and everything. You know, I've been told on the man tonight. Man, come on, keep it.
I don't know about that. Ask Kate, Greg, Kate, you believe most of his stories? You know? You do know.
Yeah, Greg Kagan said
Keep it done.
said it in the book. I got your book, the
That-
audio book.
You got the whole world fucked up. Like, you got you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like I said,
No, this is
that
in your book.
unsolved is fucking, unsolved is fabricated bunch of bullshit the way he wanted to portray me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sagging, khaki bands. I ain't want no khaki bands from fucking G.I. school. I just was a player, dude.
But here's the thing, I got the audio book. So
Yeah.
so it's all in the book.
It'd be crazy how these washed up wannabe street dudes come out here, you know what I'm saying, and just tell everything, man, just freely, man. That's why I say, man, and I don't care what, man, because listen, I ain't doing no Charleston White. I'm not turning nobody in. You know what I'm saying? But if you come out here talking about you a real street dude and then you in interviews telling everything, man, I'm gonna talk about it. It's already out here. I'm gonna talk about it. You put it out here yourself, and that showed me I don't know what kind of street dude you was because I should have nothing to talk about on these guys, man. Come out here and self-incriminate, and they be sitting out here with it like I'm talking about so proud. I ain't never seen my whole life of being in the streets coming from the projects, man. My whole life. I've never seen nothing like this in my life, man. How the things that I'm seeing now that the internet is here. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Some of your favorite people is letting you down, man. Who you thought they was, man. I want my gangsters to always be remembered as gangsters. Even though you retired now, I don't want to see you doing no gangster stuff now because you look like an old fool. But I want to remember you for what you did, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Because all the gangsters wasn't that bad now. Some of them helped that community. But this fool here is an imposter. He's somebody that want to be something, and he's claiming somebody that was something there. Now he's trying to backtrack, but this how he was, y'all. Proud.
So Von Zilk is the one that provided, not you, but somebody that was in a white Cadillac with the gun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me how that came about. You don't have to tell me the person he gave it to. Okay, so we're not trying to blame you for that, but just tell me how they came about Von Zilk offering somebody that was in the car with the gun.
What's that?
No, just tell me how it came about. Once again, you don't have to say.
This nigga done been on 30 interviews, done told everything this, what you say? Oh, that, hey, what? Hey, look, I ain't got all my money for you now. I don't care nothing about that. Boy, I got me a 50 gin in the back. And boy, I'm gonna go back to about 2 8 balls. Boy, you crazy. Boy.
Who exactly you gave gun to, but just say how it came about where Von Zilk provided you and your crew with the gun.
No, he just asked do we need some help. Shit. He came up with the thing. That's all. But he had a thing on. We already had thing in the studio. Yes, sir.
Right.
We had already had thing in the studio. He had the thing. That's all.
So how did you know Tupac and Suge was in the black band building?
He was hanging out the window.
Tupac?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Shit, he had half his body out the window. Yeah. Just, that Bay Area shit. You know how they do. They wear the shit. Like Ghost Rider whip. And, they just want to be flamboyant.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be seen and shit.
But you said the females is yelling Tupac name, right?
Yeah, once
That's
we
how
say
y'all
it,
females can get apart, right?
yeah, niggas,
This boy hated for anybody else to have the attention over him. That's the type of person I can see he is. Like he one of them dudes that come around and see you getting the shine and just be looking mad, just want to hate, want to do something to you for no reason. That's the type of dude he is, man.
you know, that bullshit. You know, a real motherfucker, you gonna be sitting down and set his ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'll be hanging out no fucking window.
Why? What did it matter to you?
Right, right.
He mad
So,
about it too.
so
Cause
you
you
went
know
to
about it.
y'all on Flamingo and Koval, and y'all slowly pull up to Tupac and Suge in a black BMW. Tell me how they came.
They just take the gun around. We said we pulled up to the stoplight. And they was making a right. It's about 17 cars. We just pulled up in the gutter lane. Seen they had, you know, that first shot. He were there. I thought he was dead.
Look at him.
They
Look.
didn't even get chased nigga so bad.
I thought he was dead. Man, this dude is the worst, man. Anybody that think this dude didn't have nothing to do with that and he was just talking out his mind, look at this video. This dude is telling you everything in this video, man. He's showing you how much jealousy he was of Suge. He wanted Suge out of there, man. As you can see, this dude hated anybody that came around that got any shine over him. He was willing to take him out. And that's why he took Pac out. We really were trying to take out Suge. He wanted Suge, man.
Some fraud getting chased. They got their little windshield shot out. It was over after that.
Come on,
Dre,
man.
he was the one that was supposed to shoot, you know, Tupac and Suge, but he got scared, right?
No, he didn't really get scared. You know, he wasn't ready for that. They was youngsters, man. See,
Man, you said he got scared and was acting like a little bee the first time. The first time you told him, I think, on Vladimir. Come on, man.
So once again, I mean, y'all Crips, right? So he should be used to that, right, Dre? So why?
he wasn't ready for that. Everybody got a role, man. Everybody ain't killing. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna kill.
So
Everybody ain't with that.
True.
So,
Okay, so but he was the one that was supposed to shoot at Tupac and Suge, but for some reason he wasn't ready for it, so he gave the gun to Orlando, right?
something like that, yeah.
And Orlando is the shooter, he's the known shooter. I mean, everybody knows.
Yeah, look how practice.
So Dre got cold feet. He didn't want to do it. He gave the gun to Orlando.
This man is proud, man. This is a proud moment for him. That he can sit in this chair and feel like he's getting rewarded for taking down somebody, man. This man is the word. Look at him, man. Look at him smile on it every time. Y'all know that in the interview he asked about anything else. This man have a straight face, ain't no smirk, no nothing. But the minute he asks about the shootout, when they shot at Pop them, he go to smiling. When they shot at Suge, he go to smiling because that's a proud moment for him, man. He got fame off that. This is what he wanted, man. This is what the dude wanted, man. This all he wanted was some attention. He ain't doing it for no money, man. He gave that boy an 8 ball and a fifth of gin, man. Come on, man.
Shot at Tupac and Suge.
Yeah, he did his thing, yeah.
Okay, so what was Tupac and Suge's reaction when Orlando started shooting up the building?
Oh, shit. Suge just poked his head. And the first bullet went in his head. Then the next one was hit him. He was like, he was going to break dance, trying to jump in the back seat or something. Yeah. Like, damn. What the fuck? Looked like he was trying to jump in the but it was bullets and shit. Then we made the right, and them bras tried to get a little chase. So, but I wonder why Reggie didn't get chased, but I seen them do some shooting before, for sure.
But hold on. Now you saying Reggie was the shooter, bro. Now you saying Reggie the one who did everything. Now come on, man. You just said right here that you was wondering why Reggie didn't chase y'all down and shoot you. You see Reggie get down before. Now you saying Reggie was the shooter. See, that's what this is the problem I have with y'all dudes, man. I believe what I see. I don't believe nothing I can't see. Only God. God is the only thing I believe in and can't see because we know somebody giving us life. You know what I'm saying? But this dude here sitting here telling you what he did, man. Boy, this dude don't get found guilty, man. Come on, man.
Right. So
You want to talk about that too?
no, we gonna get into all that. So Tupac, you said
And listen, I don't wish that on nobody. But boy, if I can't walk up and go bust somebody I want to bust, because everybody got somebody they want to take out, but they just don't do it because you got to abide by the law. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? But if I can't do it and get a free kill, he can't do it either, man. Come on now.
he was trying to reach for a gun, or it looked like he was trying to reach for a gun.
Yeah.
Gotta abide by the rules.
I mean, it was things that it's one of those
I'm just playing, y'all.
looked like.
And you said Tupac tried to jump in the back seat.
It looked like he was,
When y'all first
he was reaching. It looked like, he was trying to jump in the back seat or something. He was like,
Too much detail. Too many details, man. Too many details, man. Come on, man.
break dance or some shit. It's,
all right, so how you feel about people that say Suge?
Boy, a big dude named Butch boy, that's a Tupac fan, boy. He gonna have your booty break dancing in jail, boy, when they sentence you. You should have took that plea deal. That was the dumbest move you ain't. And it still ain't too late. He might jump on it, y'all. When he just trying to see everything out, what the jury look like and everything, he might jump on that deal, man. He might end up because I don't see this dude trying to take it to the door, man. I don't know. I can't say that because he kind of slow like that, man. He kind of slow like that. He might do try to take them to the door, boy. You gonna lose with that public defender, man.
Use Tupac as a shooter.
oh, he shit. The man shot in the fucking head. That's who we thought was dead.
That's who you wanted then.
Bullet went straight in his head.
So Suge Knight reaction wasn't him trying to grab Tupac.
Nah, they lying. That's why I say, Greg.
They're wrong, man. They're wrong. They're wrong. I'm telling you, man. What? Go get them t-shirts, man. Help you, boy.
Hey, Reggie, knockout, all was they there? He wasn't there.
So after the incident, what did y'all do after that? Y'all went to the hotel.
Go get them t-shirts, whack. He gonna need some honey bun money to pay Big Butch.
Yeah,
Think about that.
he started drinking shit.
They're wrong, man.
So, and shit. Didn't nobody know but us four that was in the car.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happened with the gun? Where y'all stashed the gun?
I left it on the tire and put one of those cars in the parking lot.
What did y'all do with the white Cadillac?
Took it back to the rental car.
How long did y'all stay in Vegas after the incident?
We left the next day.
And you told Orlando not to kill nobody.
Man, breaking it all down. I don't want to hear him say they're wrong, man. No, you wrong, man. You sit here telling everything, man.
Tell me about that.
I said, on this type of shit, you can't be telling nobody shit. That's the only way you're going to stay free.
Yeah, you told Orlando and everybody else that was in the party.
What in the world is this boy doing? How you gonna tell Orlando them that and you what? Yeah, something wrong with your brain. Your brain wrong, man. It's wrong, man. Your brain wrong.
Like, you don't know right shit.
Tupac and Orlando, if they would have fought at 662, how do you think that fight would have turned out?
One punch, knockout. Andy probably would have stomped on his head.
Well, why you didn't let that happen, Mr. Jealousy, man? Come on, man.
Probably bust his Nolan. For sure. He'd have been knocked out for sure. He would have knocked out Suge.
Orlando?
Yeah, Suge can't fight, man. He been getting knocked out the last. I've been knowing he didn't have no heart. I played football with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I played football with him, so I knew.
You ain't have no heart. Because if you had heart, you would have just went over there and whooped him too. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You ain't had no heart, so that's why you pulled out that pistol and tried to off them boy over a fight. Y'all should have just got it down, man. You wrong, man. You wrong.
So it's your cousins that was like that. But we had two twin cousins, Ronald and Donald Knight. One of them played quarterback. The other one played tight end on our same football team. And he had another little cousin played safety named Brutal. Yeah. But we was all tight and stuff. I never thought he was no blood. Seemed like he could wait to get $1 million to become a blood. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Doing shit backwards. Most people was trying to get up off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Most people that grow up in the hood, they trying to get up on the can, like, and better your life. Don't wait till you get all the money and come get into the game. Like Soldier Boy, he's such a clown. You know what I'm saying? Got his little pigtail.
Break out.
Bullshit.
Hey, it's so funny. You think this dude supposed to be a real big time OG like he claimed he is? This dude so. Hey, this dude sit around somewhere with his phone watching Soldier Boy. Man, come on, man. Get up out here.
Yeah, that's the funny. Yeah, but they doing that shit backwards. You don't wait till you can get rich, be successful, get join the game. That's wrong. That's backwards, dude. We trying to get out that shit. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get the fuck up out that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was part of our environment.
Here it is, 150 years later, and this dude time we trying to get up out of that. Boy, you ain't young no more, bro. You stuck in, man. You what they call a landmark, boy. You ain't going nowhere.
A lot of people who lost family members and stuff like that, and y'all going to claim these gangs and stuff like that. My generation will wear y'all ass out. You know what I'm saying? This new shit, gang, like Carly B and them. That's bullshit.
Man, who is Cardi B, man? Who is Cardi B, man? Can y'all somebody get Cardi B to hit me up in the DM, man? Cause I'm trying to find out who that is.
Yeah.
So, Mom Jeans.
Yeah.
You know Mom Jeans?
I know, yeah. My son, him and my son, he got real tight lately.
How you feel about him saying that Suge Knight wasn't a real blood? And
He
the
was.
only reason why they was messing around with him was because Suge Knight was paying.
Yeah. I read that in it. I mean, I seen that interview where he's.
I mean, everybody knew that from the beginning. Everybody know that he was paying. He said that he was paying, trying to get give gangbangers jobs. So he was paying them like trying to help them off the street to be his security instead of hiring, what I'm saying, security. But he should have stuck with the real security, man. Cause then we wouldn't be having all these problems. What's going on right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Them niggas was brought into the you know what I'm saying, getting money, and we paid the gangbang. Did you see that part?
Yeah, I seen something.
Yeah, that shit had me laughing. Yeah, they wasn't a competition for us, so because the Crips was back then the Crips had that shit on lock, man. Had the money, everything. It wasn't for us, Suge wouldn't even been on. One for the Crips, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
One for the Crips, Suge wouldn't even been on. And he know we put him on. You know what I'm saying?
Then I tell y'all, that's what he was mad about. Suge went over there and hired the other guy and then hired him. He wanted work. Suge didn't give him a job. You know what I'm saying?
Reggie Ray Jr., how do you feel about him saying that the only reason why you're saying that Tupac was trying to reach for a gun is just in case if they ever come in you and try to blame you for the shooting, you can say it was self-defense.
Is that what he's trying to say?
Yeah, he said that on the live TV before.
Yeah, like I said, y'all keep on listening to Reggie, what's his name? Ray Katie. So y'all they just fabricated the story the way they wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't there.
Man, nobody would have a story if you wasn't running your mouth, man. If you weren't running your mouth, nobody would have a story, man. But you just had to show them brown teeth, man. You just had to. And now you in this position talking about they wrong, man. They wrong, man. I ain't doing nothing. Nobody, bro. You got too many details of that night in Vegas. I mean, you got too many details all the way up to the shooting. Too many details, man. That's how you can tell this dude ain't nobody write no script for this dude.
Yo, man, that's crazy.
Suge Knight says he wants no part of the Tupac murder trial, but listen to what he told former death row artist SKG in this jail call. Honestly, Suge can do the divide and conquer, and he can be messy at times. Suge Knight says he wants no part of the Tupac murder trial, but listen to what he told former death row artist Suge Knight from RJ Donovan Correctional Facility, prison in San Diego. Suge, for those of you that follow hip hop, his background, founder, co-founder of Death Row Records at $1.750 million of generated revenue. That's on the biggest albums ever, signing Easy, Snoop, Dre, Tupac, Nate Dogg, Corrupt, MC Hammer, Warren G. The list goes on. By the way, Suge, did you by any chance, before we get started, did you ever have a chance to watch the Cat Williams podcast with Shay with Shannon Sharp? Did you watch the whole thing? Well, number one, best friend at the same time. I had a chance to watch that. I heard about it, like the whole world thing. I heard it was great. Now, let me ask you, Suge, your experience with Cat. If you were, if for the audience, you and Cat have hung out, who is Cat to you? Is he a stand-up guy, good friend, relationship guy that you could trust? Oh, I can trust him. Okay. Now I'm sitting there talking. He pretty much still Cat, he don't shoot. Suge Knight from RJ Donovan Correctional Facility, prison in San Diego. Suge, for those of you that follow him, because you a gorilla, you a big dog in the street. Everybody want to stay in the street. I'm big over here. Suge Knight, he probably watching this right now. Yeah. He could ask. Came to visit me in prison, so she came to visit me in prison. I'm like, hey, I've been hearing a lot of crazy. He said, yeah, Suge, he's fucking. She talking to me. She looked at me. She said, look, I always loved you. I still do love you. Love you. He said, he was his big brother. He said, you the closest person to him. He was honest with him. He said, I think he loved you. But he loved you. That's not you. His mother. He said, I still probably, he knows my hand. I said, still, his mom. He started laughing. She said, but I have a problem dealing with you because he told me you had my son killed. I said, what did he say? She said, but she never told me who. And a light finally clicked up. Oh, I get it. So I'm going to start working. They're going to turn her against me. They're going to lie on me. And the sad thing about that shit, she died. I can tell it really bothers you from tears. But it's a lot. Pac's mother came to visit me in prison. So
Yep, it should be serious, man. If this guy really, hold on. How you gonna do that though? How you gonna go on an interview, be that detailed and in depth about the name of Tupac's killing, and then say you weren't there? That's amazing to me. I mean, you got a public defender. Shit is, what do you call it? Preposterous. But yo, check this one out. I don't understand, man. Everybody going at Jay Z. I'm trying to figure this shit out. What did Jay Z do to everybody, man? You know what I'm saying? Everybody mad at Jay Z. Like, God damn. So I look at it. And I'm like, okay. That's because he's the best. He got the most money in the game, or whatever the case may be. But you got behavior matter, Jay Z. You got Oskino matter, Jay Z. Shit. Dame matter, Jay Z. And you got, I think, Drake. Drake behind that. Too. Like, god damn. When this shit gonna stop? And I'm like, I'm gonna say to myself, it really don't matter. But it really do matter. If you gonna hate on somebody, it gotta be a really legit reason, you know? And a lot of these reasons that they got is insane. So you're gonna go through some of the haters. But I wouldn't say the haters, just I don't know, using the algorithm to their advantage. But god damn it, some of it's kind of corny. Well, let's check. So this is Dame Dash going in on everybody, but he's just one of the haters, but he's the most influential hater I would say. But I'm just like, there's no reason to hate on Jay Z that much because at the end of the day, if y'all say he's washed up and no one cares and he's getting old and shit like that, it's barely rap. All these guys are older. All these guys should know better, like, you know? There's other things to, to harp on, you know? You're a grown man, you got shit to do. Like, it just makes me think sometimes, like, you niggas is crazy. But let's go.
Jeez. Dash is in the house. You don't seem to be excited, man. I'm not used to you acting like that. That was like all of a sudden you went into a different character. What we do it every show. Every single show. Every single show. We've been doing it for years. I just question when you go, like when it goes high like that, pause, is that on purpose? You just go high sometimes? I sometimes go high. Oh. Dame Dash is in the building, man. What's popping? Hey, first of all, man, everywhere I look up, I see the Dash name everywhere right now. Yeah, right? That's crazy. Your daughter is killing it. You are killing it. Mm-hmm. And so I figure we might as well just start. Because everybody, they fail to mention your successes. I know, right? They always talk about. It's not they, it's like a certain group of people. Okay, a certain group of people that have a loud voice. So it's like, I'll just say allegedly, but it's usually like a Charlemagne, and then from Charlemagne, it's like, Joe Buddies will throw a little side action there. Then like, it's always Memphis Bleak, then it's Noriega. It's like a certain group of people that all work together seem to all have the same narrative. And it seems obvious. And then like, one of my interns or one of my street team, like Wayno, it just, and then all of a sudden, evil. Like you can kind of tell when everyone has, and Cameron, Fredo, they all have allegedly the same narrative at the same time. And I don't find that to be a coincidence. I find that to be a logical play that people do. And they're just doing something I've seen people do in other cultures. And they always work for all of these people are all partners with other cultures.
And what I don't think people understand is how important data is.
Okay.
Bottom line is data is the biggest form of defense is getting people's information and knowing everything they're doing at all times. So when you're on social media or YouTube, you basically sign the rights. It's like giving them a search warrant into your phone for legally. And they don't have to tell you whether they're CIA or they're a government, DARPA, or whatever. And the best way to do that would be to pretend you're a business and, kind of like get people excited about dopamine. If you understand, if you're smart enough to understand the human brain, everything about social media is about dopamine. And it's every time you get a like and blah, 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 it stimulates this liquid, blah, blah. Just like how Nicolette is missing serotonin, which makes you happy. That's why I call her a little dark, white, lesbian elite. It's a fact. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like if you're not lacking certain things, you don't know how it feels to lack certain things. You feel me?
Yeah.
So my point is the dopamine is a chemical effect when you get a like, when you see yourself. That's the programming that's happened. And because of the dopamine, you're signing the rights to all your data. And there's no way that the government would let anyone have that kind of data, just logically. And I'm not mad at it, but it's also smart. Like, I wouldn't say I'm the government because then you would be apprehensive about giving your data. So you would come as pause, a heterosexual man, like, but even though you're gay, like, allegedly Charlemagne, like you would have a big house and again, and it ain't no disrespect, but it's like, you know, it just seems like there's a lot of programming happening that leans toward having people in compromising positions, pause, and them being gay, but they're not telling everyone they're gay. So now you hear Charlemagne lived with Wendy Williams' fucking baby father, allegedly. I didn't know that. It's gay.
I don't know that either.
Ooh. And I hear things, people send it to me, so I see what I hear. I don't know if it's true or not, but he doesn't address
You
it.
don't live with him now, right?
I don't care when he lives with him, it's gay.
Okay.
No. So do you look at that as gay?
Do I look at if they're roommates? No.
No, not roommates. That's his OG's baby. Husband. So they said that the nigga lived with him before he had a little down low crib. That's what I heard. Same bedroom? Allegedly. Because now you're getting reference. You know what I'm saying? I want to imagine.
But let's get into OG stories. How did OG stories actually come about?
Well, I did the first season on my network.
Okay.
And then, I did a deal with a licensing deal. So I don't work for them. I made it and rented it to them for a certain amount of time for a season. So, I did it with Brian, who actually is like, he's a very big executive at BET. And at the time, Louis Carr was the head of sales, but now he's the president. So I did the deal with them. You know what I mean? Because, if I do the deal with anybody else, there's going to be a lot of hate involved. And all that really matters is that you have like a fiduciary obligation to do what's in the best interest of the company, regardless of how you feel. That's a law. So if it's going to be profitable, you have to do it.
Right.
We did it in a way that they couldn't say shit. It was so cheap. And I paid for it. I rented it to them. And it has very good ratings. But I only rented it to them for one season. So now I have metrics, meaning good ratings. If they can't afford me, I could take it someplace else.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Right.
And just on a logical level, when you look at a situation where Paramount just got acquired and then they're going to acquire Warner, if you understand anything about business, that means there's a lot of debt on the company. So before, let's say Paramount had a mortgage of $100 million allegedly, they probably have a mortgage of $500 million. So that means all the budgets go down. You understand the logic? And that was the same thing that was happening to Revolt, which quietly got sold allegedly for their debt. You know what I mean? But it's funny because they call me Debt Dash, like Charlemagne. Go look, if you could, at his boss, the people that he works for, his partners. iHeart. I know for a fact allegedly that they are almost bankrupt almost all the time. Go look at how much debt they have. I bet they have 100 times more debt because I don't have debt. I have lawsuits. You know what I mean? I have taxes, but I don't owe nobody nothing. Right. You feel me? So I don't know with this debt thing. Your company, your boss has way more debt. And that's the reason why allegedly they couldn't afford you anymore because you wasn't worth their debt and they had to throw you on to Netflix so you could be controlled. Gotcha. So it's just these are just logical things. But I bet you he won't say a word about it. But also notice that he never said anything about Farrakhan's birthday, even though he was dead. He's not allowed to. You understand what I mean? Yeah. But also notice that this, like, because I know you're gonna ask me about this life rights thing. Did you see the Aaliyah movie on I forgot Lifetime? No, I didn't see it. It was unauthorized. No one had to clear any life rights to do that. Once you're public domain, once you're a political figure, anything that's in the newspaper, you do not have to clear any life rights. You'd be a sucker to buy someone's life rights that are in the public eye. So when Cootie and Shike made the documentary about Kanye, Kanye couldn't stop it. He ran for president. You think they clear the rights for Hitler? Right. They don't clear rights to make movies about people. And if you went to jail, there's a Son of Sam law that said you can't profit off your crime. Google that. So it's ridiculous because somebody sent a letter to a judge asking for that becomes credible news. But the imbalance that they don't talk about my daughter's TV show and how well she's doing. Right. They don't talk about my TV show, even though they questioned it. And the same pattern is life rights, paid in full rights, things that people wouldn't have to pay for because it's public domain. Right. It was in the newspaper. Once it's in the newspaper, anyone that would buy the right, because if you Google right now documentaries on Damon Dash, the other day I was looking for something and Nicolette was like, yo, this is a whole documentary about you. Hour. They had my pictures, shit unclear. I was like, oh shit. I was on it. Some of it was right, not all of it. When they did the Aaliyah documentary or the Aaliyah movie, there was a character that was me. I didn't clear that. You don't have to buy nobody's life rights that's a public figure. You might need to get clearance for their music, but I didn't make them. So the dude, the trustee and the lawyer sent a letter, and that's big news. And now everybody's talking about my life rights. So you want to distract the fact, and conveniently, allegedly, the people that have been suing me tried to send a director to tell me they want to make a doc. He shows me a trailer. I can show it to you. Interviews from allegedly Chris Brown, the lawyer, or Josh Weber, allegedly, the person that lied, allegedly, and said he directed my movie. But yet, I have the DP who's behind, you know what a DP is, right? You have a type laser on, you know. So you know that the DP is behind every shot. He was at my house and said you directed every scene publicly. It's a lie. There's no judge that said he directed it. There was a judge that said I defamed him. So what they do is, you mad about the laser joke? No, what laser joke? Oh, the laser joke was off camera. No, I think you're endangering. No. He hit you with a blazer joke. He did. I was stuck with the high voice. Yeah. No, so there's nothing happening here while I'm talking to you. I have a question. Okay. I have a question ready for you once you're done. In the high voice or regular voice? I don't know. You don't know? Go ahead. Okay, go on. What's your question? Did you understand what I was saying? No, stupid people and soldiers won't get it. They might black out. They might daydream. Well, no. But anyone that's smart. I understand what you're saying. You're saying these people are trying to get your life rights, but no, they said they just were saying it for an announcement. And so even it's funny. Even when they addressed it, they said, I'm being investigated because of what I said on the Breakfast Club. So what happened? What did you say on the nothing? Yeah. So even when they referenced it, they referenced me saying I lined you up that had nothing to do with me or should have anything to do with me getting investigated. They are trying to line me up. The Breakfast Club to look like I'm hiding money that I'm not. it's obvious that they are allegedly working with the feds to me. Period. And that's just what it
Maybe
looks
you
like.
can explain exactly what happened with that whole lawsuit and that whole thing, because I don't think people know exactly what it is.
I'm gonna make a doc about it for people to understand. But that's what they want to stop me from doing. And then they probably want to like leverage whatever. Because again, I just feel like they try to trigger me to try to say something so it could be a gray area to get me more investigated. But obviously, I believe that Charlamagne's smart enough to know the questions to ask me to try to get me investigated. But to me, him not disclosing that he has any business with Rock Nation and not being biased, I think that would be illegal. And I would hope that right now that the feds are looking at this because, I shouldn't have to sue him, but I don't think it's fair. So please, if justice, just like when Donald Trump sues people for fake news and being biased, the president, regardless of how you feel about him, he's the president. Regardless of how you feel about him, he sues people that's at the press when they say things. I just don't see that to be legal. And I would expect the president to look at that just to let me know if it's legal or not so he can protect his people. The Fed should look at that. You can't work, not disclose it, and then say bad things about someone that I have a problem with, and also try to compromise my business credibility. And there's no balance. Like, do you understand that they called BET, asked them if my announcement was credible, and then didn't say anything about it, but they accused me of lying about it. They said that there were these rights for paid in full, and they made a big deal. Even in the what they said recently, they were like 50 should buy it, Cam should buy it, I would buy it. They're just doing an advertisement for an auction that doesn't exist.
Right.
You can't just say and tell a judge that, that alleged all these things. They'd have to prove that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Y'all saying that y'all want my family pictures? Like, I don't get what you're saying.
Right.
Like, how do you know what's in my office? Like, how do you know what I did? I didn't even show me something. So you can't just say because out of left field, you believe that there's these things that exist that I should be able to, and my bankruptcy got defaulted. I just file again, period. But no one made an announcement about my bankruptcy. They won't believe I'm broke. But why, for 20 years, have this been big news to say I'm broke for 20 years? I don't get, like, what's the interest, how that would be a surprise. Why would they continue to push that? Like, I don't care. But at this point, I'm curious why my name is in everybody's mouth. That's evil, allegedly. But why they don't talk about the good stuff.
Right.
Imagine if they said, oh, Dame has a hit TV show. Dame just opened up a 10,000 square foot spot and just took over Disney's old facility, which you've seen. Or like if they or all the good things that they said, no one would say I was broke. I don't have no debt, but iHeart has debt. Your poor Charlemagne has debt. Address that, and address why you have not said anything about the Don Farrakhan's birthday, and you was there. Are you allowed to talk about it? But you want to talk about everything that doesn't matter. Why does you're a dumbass. It's not even allegedly. You were a gossip columnist. You're stupid. You talk about other people's business. You've been known to let people kiss at your ass and go back. You've been known allegedly to rape girls and settle. You got that on your jacket. Why would anybody give you a job? Why should anybody believe you? You're a liar, allegedly. Your credibility, you're fake news.
Dang.
After your gay news. But you're not, but you're pretending that you're not gay. He's not fake news. He's gay news.
Dang.
Allegedly.
Where did the beef between you and Charlamagne?
I want you to say beef when you talk about Charlamagne.
Oh,
Don't do that.
okay, where did the conflict between
When he
you guys?
started to wear Jay-Z's ball sack paws on his chest every time I'm around and try to incriminate me and say bad things. Bro, I would have to know somebody to have a problem with him. He's a gossip columnist. My problem is he continues to try to compromise my business acumen in front of everybody, and he's not biased. It's not fair. So I have a problem with anybody that does that, but I don't even acknowledge him as a player in the game. He's a pawn, a puppet, a gay one.
Allegedly.
Okay, so
Okay. Well,
all these people.
I want to have you in that blazer every time I see you.
I ask my question first, then I'll answer your question. Fair? Okay. All these people coming after you.
Who was coming after me?
All these people conspiring to mess with you. Is Rock Nation behind all of that?
You tell me. What is the logic? Follow the money.
I think so.
Logically. Oh, okay. So you said.
I think so.
I think so. I think that I voice
The only thing, the thing that I found shocking, the thing that I found shocking that is that I think they came up with some evidence that Charlemagne has some dealings with Rock Nation, and
Why is that shocking when I told you years ago?
I think nobody knew that. How'd you know?
It's obvious. Either he's gay for Jay or he's getting paid. Allegedly. That's what I said live on TV. I asked him, did he work with him? He said he didn't. That was
To me, it was obvious.
it's
To
obvious.
you, it was obvious.
Yeah, Charlemagne.
He
He
never
never criticizes
Yeah,
Jay.
bro, let me ask you a question. What party does Charlemagne go to that anyone gives a fuck? Charlemagne's not like a big deal anyway, other than at a Rock Nation. He was at the subway. No, he's not a star. Nobody cares. He can't dress. Nobody wants to be like him. He runs when three people want to jump him. He's not the epitome of what a man wants to be. He's the epitome of a man does not want to be, allegedly. And I'm gonna over allegedly continue to charge it because I really want to sue them. If I've been telling my lawyers I'm like, please, yo, bro, I gotta get them, man.
Have they invited you back on?
No, they actually said no. So when OG Stories was coming out, BET told me that Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club said they didn't want to give me a platform to promote the truth. Wow. It's no wow. That's what a bitch ass nigga does. I said it. Bitch ass nigga. I promise you, I called Brother Don today and I'm like, yo, because I've been telling him, I'm like, yo, he's a double agent. He didn't, and they're just, they're very fair. So I'm like, can you arrange a conversation so that he can tell me the logic behind his action? Because I really, at this point, feel like I got to get at him. Not in a legal way, you know what I mean? But I'm like, if we can, deal with it amongst the culture, and the only man that I respect to tell me what to do that's living right now is Farrakhan and Tom.
Have you met Farrakhan in person? Have you?
Yo, bro, man. Are you on this planet? Your blazer's too tight. I want you to Google it. Because if you haven't been paying attention, I'm not explaining it. But you should grip it. I was just at his birthday. He taught me how to farm. I love Farrakhan. I love everything he represents as a man and what he's done for the culture. I'm not Muslim. I just like the masculinity that comes with it and the sophisticatedness. And he taught me how to farm. And I like the support mentally that he's given me.
I love that.
And anyone that's ashamed to be next to them, shame on you. Because there's nothing wrong. They're not going to erase the good shit he did. I can't, I'm not there for a lot of things, but I know the things I've seen, he's been nothing but a father figure to me. I look at him like a dad. I be I want to be him. There's no other man living I want to be like.
That's what's up.
He's 93 years old. That nigga's a warrior, bro. I love him, man. I'm telling you. You don't understand.
Okay, so let's get back to OG story. So
I was like, yo, arrange that combo, please, Brother Don. Because I just think we should be able to handle things culturally within our own. And he won't.
are they putting that together?
I can guarantee you that Charlemagne won't get in a room with me because I'll talk to any of them. I'll get in a room with Jay. I'll get in a room with Fredo, Cameron. I'll get in a room with anyone. I have no problem with it.
When's the last time you talked to Jay in person?
When I saw him at his concert. And he told me, because I was like, yo, what's all that? What's all that? Dame, he made that record. Dame made millions, can't, whatever. He was like, yo, we play like that. So I said, word? All right. So that was the last time I saw him. When Emery and them gave me some of that nasty douce, and I felt like they loved me. And then fucking Kevin Hart popped out of nowhere from behind a fire hydrant. He was hiding behind the fire hydrant. He jumped out. Nigga put me in a chicken wing.
in front of my daughter and shit. You know what I mean? I'll get the fuck off me, little ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Tata's brother, fucking, what's his name? Vaughn, taped it and shit. But you know, it was jokes. We know each other like that. But he wouldn't have got up on me if someone wouldn't have put something in my drink. I was telling my daughter, something ain't right. You know, I'm telling my daughter, right? You know what I'm saying? I was telling her, at my daughter, I was like, yo, something ain't right. Get me home. And next thing you know, I'm like, get your, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ran up on his bus and shit. Yana was there too. Hip Hop Motivated, he was there. So I cut Kev up too that day too. I always cut Kev up. I stay cutting Kev little ass up. See, do you notice in Hollywood, right? The people that are doing good are not a threat. So like Kevin is 5 feet tall. He's not a threat. No matter how much he work out, they're not gonna make him. They're not even gonna let him be Ant-Man. He's never gonna play a superhero. You know what I mean? No, he's not. He's not. He's not intimidating. He doesn't mind being the butt and getting kicked around. You know, you saw the ropes. Like a real black man ain't having that. Or like no disrespect, but like, you know, even like a Tyler Perry, it's a dude that dresses up like a woman. There's no threat there, right? Like, tell me someone that Hollywood is empowered that could potentially be a threat. The Rock? Hey, yo, how is The Rock a threat? You just saying physically. You talked about what's the name? Physically. Someone that can't be controlled. Denzel Washington. What is the, no disrespect to Denzel, but tell me something revolutionary Denzel's done that's helped him push black people's agenda forward. Name one thing. I don't know his history. But you should though. He's that big of a star that anything he would do to help us. Michael Jordan, what has he done? Name one thing besides make a sneaker that white people make money on. Like, no disrespect to him, but he has never been radical. He's not radical, but he's inspired a lot of kids. That's not what I asked you though. LeBron James, controlled. He's built schools. I didn't say that. I didn't. I said that. See, you're deflecting. The question I'm asking is, name a threatening person that's pushed our agenda that they've empowered. Name one. So when you say a threatening person, you mean someone like a Farrakhan? Physically means nothing. Physical is not what's I'm saying. Physically, I think you know what I mean. You're smart guy. So could you clear it up for me that I'm not that smart? No. If you're a special ed, stay there. But my point is, you're a smart guy. You know what I mean? So I asked the question. All the people that have been empowered by them would fight. Like building schools is cool, and I get all that. But that comes with it. Like, you do realize that a charity is a write-off to someone that's making a certain amount of money. Do you understand that? Absolutely. So all of that shit is a write-off, regardless. So you never know the agenda or the intent. It's a write-off for a trust. You realize that, but you never dealt. You still here? I'm here. Okay, it's a write-off. I get it, but you understand it. Yeah. So it's always, any charity is a write-off, so you don't know what's agenda when they do that. So don't bring it up again. So what I'm saying is something that has been threatening to them, stopping them from controlling us, like maybe passing a law or like, you know, making sure that the recidivism rate for jails is going down, making sure reading scores are up, really dealing with the agendas that hold us down. Who said it? Name somebody that Hollywood or the music business has empowered that's done any of those things, or have they been controlled? Why would the devil empower someone that they couldn't control? And someone that's gonna fuck all their girlfriends because everyone knows allegedly they're gay. Bad Bunny has South Puerto Rico. He kisses the man on stage. Okay, I'm gonna start with I'm not gay, but so what if somebody kisses a man and that's their preference? Next question. Nothing to talk about. Okay, listen. He's in a whole nother room. Okay, listen. OG Stories is the #1 show on BET. Yo, so y'all be kissing? No. What kissing talking about now? Did you get on stage and kissing? No. So why you say it was okay? Because why am I being thrown into this? I want to know. Listen. He said he like kissing niggas. I never said that. I've never said it's not gay to him to kiss a nigga. No, it is something. But I'm not Bad Bunny. I'm not Bad Bunny. No, what I said is they do not empower you unless you're demasculated.
He did wear some fake tits.
Nigga, he kissed the man on stage. Oh, that's true. I'm trying to talk about OG stories and the success of it.
Thank you.
And the fact that
He's distracting me with gay shit.
and the fact that OG Stories is the #1 show on BET.
You watch that Blazing too. Better not have on pitch days. Right.
So OG Stories.
Wait. No, see, he's distracting. Wait, time. No. Jay has never. I'm not the biggest gay fan. He never done some gay shit. Yo, no, go back. What you say, Mosey story? He likes niggas that kiss niggas.
Okay, so OG Stories is the #1 show on BET. So have they re-up? Did they sign up for a season 2? Did they sign up for a season 3? What's going on with that situation?
Depends if they can afford it. If
Okay.
they can't afford it, then we'll see. If they can afford it, then we'll see.
Has the talks already begun to
We're
happen?
talking. Me and Lewis talk. Yeah, me and Brian, we talk. But
Okay.
you gotta understand. They got, again, I don't want to talk their business, but again, logically speaking,
Mhm.
when a company gets acquired and there's a lot of debt on the company, all the budgets go down.
Right.
And it's crazy. So no matter how successful, but the only reason why we would be safe, I would think, is because our budgets, I'm already like at a very, they don't pay me to do anything. I do it at a price point. For the money that they're spending, they get the biggest bang. Like they made their money back.
Gotcha.
So, you know what I mean? But it's like, I only did it for a season. Like, I'm like, maybe I put it on my network. Now that I got the rhythm, because now I'm expanding it. Number one, I'm doing something called Fog, which is future OGs. Because I'm sick of seeing old niggas. So now, I'm sick of these old crusty ass niggas. Like, I only want to see me and my friends. That's it. Not everything else I'm done with. I'm sick of.
Oh, Skino, man, what up?
So this is hater #2, but there's a long line of haters, but Dave's doing this thing, man. Shout out to Dave, man. I just, he needs to leave that whole Jay-Z shit alone because it's corny. Listen.
What's up, man? Never day, never dollar. I mean,
Happy to have you back. So much has happened, man.
yeah, so much, man, so much.
How's everything going on with you? I know your channel, you still doing your thing.
Yeah, everything going good.
Oh,
Perfect, man. I've been on vacation for like
Skino.
I've been a couple of times since the last time I talked to you. I've been on vacation like 3 times. I'm chilling, man. I mean, I have nothing to complain about. Nothing. I mean,
yeah. Usually people trying to
always be better, but you got look at the glass half full, not empty.
Yeah. Usually people say that you be like hating and all this other stuff, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't get the impression.
You understand. In this generation, when they say you hating, that just means you tell the truth. That's all.
Yeah.
Hating is saying somebody with something that you want, wishing you had it, so you don't like them because they got something that you won't want. Hating is being not like it's somebody you never met, you never talked to. I mean, that's hating. I mean, everything I have to talk about is I just be telling the truth. And you never hear me say I'm lying.
Yeah.
Or is
That's the thing I think. But that people keep watching. That's the problem. Like if people really have an issue, they would just stop engaging. But they enjoy.
Listen,
Kind of
I
get
put up
thoughts
the
on
numbers. Yeah, everything I put up the numbers. So they want to. They want to hear what I say. So they can't hate. So whatever. I think Charles the white be hating. That's the hater. He
Why
says
you say he's a hater?
he says stuff just to get a reaction. Like he said, F Kobe Bryant, F Nipsey Hussle. People that's not even here that had children, they got to see that. That's a hater. I mean, so I definitely not in the same category with a person like that. Okay.
Yeah, I saw his comments. I don't know if it was a recent interview. I saw a comment where he made about like Gilly's son, and I was like,
That's just when he talked about Gilly's son, that's the first thing that made me not like him. Before that, I really didn't pay no attention. And no matter what me and Gilly go through, I talk about my son that passed away. Is for a man, that's the most diabolical thing you can do. And people's on there laughing and joking and until they lose a child, and then they won't be so funny no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, a lot of stuff has happened. There was the freestyle, which you already spoken about.
Yeah.
But the Jay-Z concerts, man, there's mad controversy.
I
saw that video.
I understand people go to the concert. Like, I understand. Like, I mean, I understand. You got songs that people bring back nostalgia that you listen to you growing up and all that type of stuff like that. So I understand the shows, but I just don't understand, like, you know what I mean? Like, why now type thing. Like, you're saying. It almost seems like it's a direct joint to Drake being up. I mean, or Kanye West doing it big. I mean, it's like, I can't have all these people doing anything without me being in the limelight. That's what it feel like. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But another thing, he has to stay property there. You know what I'm saying? So that was like
Nobody was there. Nobody.
only person was the only person there from. I mean, this is week was the only person that was. You know, he got on the stage. I think he only did that because I was telling him I ain't gonna do nothing for him and all that. You know what I'm saying? If I you cut his hair. Because it's not funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like Lord, but he cut his hair off.
Well, why you think state property wasn't there? I would have
Because he don't
thought.
give a about shit property. At least for me, I'm not. I go against him. I say whatever I want to say. They trying to hold his. I mean, he still it still don't work. I mean, yeah, I mean, songs got with beans and freeway now, and ain't that man? Y'all ain't come out. Y'all stay in Philly somewhere. Yeah, and they still ain't gonna see it. They still on his beck and call, bro. I mean, everybody had to look at that like that. What the fuck was that? You just did me. It's like he almost had him at the roof picnic to be smart to me.
Yeah. I was thinking about when you said the Drake thing and competing with Kanye West, I thought he was doing the concerts because it really was the 25th and 30th anniversary of both those albums, Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint. So you think there's a deeper element of him trying to compete with Drake
Bro,
and Kanye?
of course. Look, you never outshine the master. That's one of the powers of law. Man, I can't they outshine me right now very bad. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, especially if you know Kanye West doing it crazy. You see his concerts, 180,000 people in it. So, you know, he like, man, I can't him upstage me. You know, he one of the narcissistic type boy that had a limelight. Like, no matter what, 70 years old, still trying to make. Every time we came out with an album on State Property, he dropped the album right with us. He made sure nobody get the light. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that's for me up right now, he brought Nas out. You can squash it with Nas and this you on the song and all that, but you can't squash it with Dame. You know what I'm saying?
I would have to get pushback though, because Dame has since
Yeah,
said
but
some
guess
wild.
what? If I had $1 billion, I'm so happy. You know, I didn't think somebody said I had $1 billion. I didn't understand why they saying that. Sometimes, I'm saying what $1 billion supposed to do if you're real. I'm so happy. You old text, you my man, right? Come let me talk to you about it one on one. We built something together. You wouldn't even talk like that no more. He talk like that about him because he deserved to get talked about like that. Any person that don't, their kids don't for nobody, bro. Anybody that's spending money and power to not take a DNA test, let that be any all the girls in the audience in the show. Let them baby fathers did the same thing he did to them. But they ain't honest. They be coming to when you're a star, you can do certain things other people can't do. I mean, I don't respect it, but you know.
Yeah, I think with the Dame thing, so I feel like even when you're a billionaire, you have ego, and since then, Dame has said stuff like, "I want to fight you. Your breath stinks."
Bro, you 60 years old, bro. You 60. Like when you 60, you like, that don't supposed to hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? If you got Beyonce shaking and going to dance moves in the living room, you're in the mansion, you got people on you everywhere you go. Well, I don't care what you say. Why my man feel like that? Let me go talk to some green. I mean, but see, the reason why they feel like that because it's true. You Calvin Klein, right to the head of him, mom, right? He was close to him. You know? Look how he was a son that don't have a mother. I mean, bro, come on, you got. I mean, you don't have children, but if you had sex with a girl, right, and she have a baby, and she's saying it's yours, the least you can do is take a test. It's the least, right? That's the bro. That's if you imagine being a kid with no dad, right? And you watching this, your dad on TV, he don't even acknowledge you, and you don't have nobody. They might never blamed him on nobody else. And you looking like, damn, never say nothing bad about him. You just hoping he's one day just me person that can do that without no conscience. They
I'm sure there's plenty of artists that went around touring, impregnated some of these groupies, and got some kids. I'm sure there's plenty of artists that's been through that. So the baby mama passed away. And the grandmother is trying to push for this DNA test. But does it really matter at the end of the day? I mean, they ain't the first and they ain't gonna be the last. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying?
it's definitely me. That's one thing. You don't have no money. You don't take care of the kid. You don't really got it. You're embarrassed. And you go through these things. That's one thing. But what's another thing? When you got all the means to do whatever you want to do, and you just say, oh, man, ain't cool with it. No conscience about it. I mean, can you imagine having a daughter seeing you on TV with your other daughters? You acknowledge it. I mean, to me, it's diabolical. I mean, I heard little Boozy talking about it now. You mean?
Yeah. You did say the concert was good though, from what I saw. Like you,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the concert, but I mean, it's Hove. Hove got some bangers. I mean, there's a nice crowd out there. You mean? Like, I mean, my thing is this: I don't get pleasure out of seeing somebody fail. I don't get pleasure out of seeing somebody demise. I don't. Some people do. Even if you don't like me, I don't really pray for you not to do good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying why. I'm just telling you why I don't. First, I just made a song about it. He talked about shit about me. I can't go to the concert. It won't. I mean, well, everybody should understand why I wouldn't go to. I would go to the concert anyway because they probably not on stage. What the fuck? That Neef was in the audience. I mean, not in the audience. It's like, I mean, so for that reason, right, I wouldn't have been there anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think it was a good show. I think Hope do good shows. I mean, he Hove. He's still Hove. I mean,
so Neef was in the audience. You saw that on the social media.
it's also social media on internet. Oh, it's this man.
Do you think that was disrespectful for Neef to only be in the audience?
I think so. I think so. I mean, I really think so.
You think he should have been maybe like behind, backstage, street?
For sure. Yes. Yes. I think you know how big, you know how big it would look if Jay-Z would have brought Dame out there, like he would have bigger person, even if he was not the bigger person. You know how that crazy that would look. You understand. Young people looking at that. Young people like, oh, they can make up, we can make up. You know what I mean? But but see, a person like him he needs you to be on it. If you're not on his what you like that, that's just what it is. I mean, if you don't agree, like if you don't agree with everything he say, or he got all yes men around him, because if he didn't have all yes men around him, they would not let him not take a test for his kids. If
you think loyalty is a
bro, you my man. Say you my man, right? And yeah, it's a girl shot at neighborhood shot said kid. Yo, tell your man, this kid or whatever. Like, yo, bro, that chick popped it. Yeah, I popped it. What you done? Not gonna take care of the kid at all. Now I can see if we young, like teenagers, is different. If you're over 20-something, 30-something, like bro, you know what it means not for a kid not have a father. I ain't saying you gotta be the best father, but don't you think a bad father better than nobody at all, zero, nothing there to tell you nothing? I mean, I'm talking about father, man, he might not give you, even if he can just only give you advice. That's better than having nobody. At least you know where you come from. I mean,
but I mean, even if Jay didn't bring State Property out for the Yankees concert, he brought them out for the Roots Picnic, right?
yeah, but they ain't get paid for it. That was his show.
How you know that?
They not on the bill. Who they paid you on the bill? They ain't on the bill.
You think Jay didn't break them off?
You don't break people off. Break them off. Imagine that, bro. I can't even get this song he did with State Property. I can't even get royalties off them songs because they own them for 35 years. I can't even put Been Down Too Long, a song I got on State Property album, on my Instagram, but say you don't own rights to this song. I can't put my own song on it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I give nobody, bro. That's just how it could be. You don't get to become a billionaire with giving people.
Yeah, that's a fact. You gotta capitalize, and that's unfortunate. But I do think New York City was looking crazy, like for the Yankee concert. But I mean, it's just been a crazy time for New York.
Man,
The
it's
Knicks
looking
won.
for way
It's
too
the
much.
World Cup, and
That's
it's like,
dope.
oh no, this. It kind of reminded me. Y'all remember when the pandemic happened and the Michael Jordan documentary came out?
Yeah,
Like, it was just perfect timing. Like this is the same thing with Jay-Z. Like he got perfect timing. His thing is back, and all of this stuff is happening in the city, so it feels kind of crazy. But other stuff that happened, and I saw your video on your channel. You had funny commentary on Lance Rivera. Oh, he was making fun of how he apologized for getting stabbed.
Yeah, he talk about Dame. I don't know him, but I don't like his voice. I don't like his voice and the way he come across. He come off like a bad. He come off like he's above everything, but he's slandering Dame name, right? And I understand that.
And here's
It was
hater number 3.
that I probably
The hater.
that I told Jay that I felt God.
And I don't understand why the hate is like this. Because they don't mess. Jay don't mess with them. But the fact of the matter is, if after 30 years somebody don't mess with you, that's just what it is, man. You gotta move on, bro. I think Jay owes him some money, because he's saying that he started Rockefeller. He gave Dame Dash some money to start Rockefeller. Sleeping in jails. I don't know. Let's check it.
I'm speaking from Philly side, right? Yeah. I was in Philly. I got a reputation with Philly. I got a history with Philly, like you know what I'm saying? And my history goes back 88. That's why 88 when I was in Trick, when Jay was going back and forth to the studio in New York with Jazz. You know what I'm saying? I used to with my cousin and them in Trick and shit, and we used to go to Philly. I was there in Philly. I was on Spring Garden after midnight. Remember that club like the back of my hand? It was a club. Yes, yeah, I got you about 10 years. I don't know how much that. After midnight. I used to be after midnight. You know what I'm saying? I used to be. It was a spot called Studio 37. Yo, bro, I'm trying to tell you, right? I was familiar. Me and my cousin, we used to go to Philly because Philly was always on some fly shit. I never got introduced to it until I got to Trent. Because they would be like, man, fuck New York. We going to 337 was popping. That's what you're trying to tell you, bro. And then the college, what is it, Temple or Temple, right? And that whole strip, that McDonald's. Yeah, bro, about the McDonald's would be like a club. So my history with Philly is serious, right? That's not Philly. All right. So I did an interview. I'll play this at the end. So you know, it's an interview I did on Power 99, my nigga. Oh, Power 99. That's how I mean radio. No, listen to me. Power 99, nigga. Like, I know and I respect her to the fullest. Golden Girl got me Golden Girl, right? I go back with Golden Girl way. Yeah. I was doing a band in Trenton, and I used to listen to Love Lockdown, my nigga. For sure. Oh yeah, that's I used to be in Trenton, laying back on my bunk, and if this one, if you're feeling, I want to give a Love Lockdown to the hanging up in Mercer County, this, that, that. We used to listen to that. Sure, for sure. So my history with Philly is serious, man. Even down to when I started really getting money, and I was in Maryland. I chose to live in Newcastle, Delaware, because Philly. I said, "Fuck it," you know what I'm saying? I hustled 2 ways that way, but 2 hours that way, and then New York is 2 hours, and Philly right here, 30 minutes from Newcastle, Delaware. Sure. I had a condo in Newcastle, Delaware, and this was like 92, 93, 94 now, right? Had a bad bitch in Wilmington I used to fuck with, right? Philly had a all-night seafood spot. Am I correct? Same word. I used to pick up my shorty. We used to go there 2, 3 in the morning. She used to be open all night. That's what everybody used to do. So my familiarity with Philly is serious, man. I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew South Street was South Street back then. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? That was my first tailor-made outfit. Getting it from South Street from a designer on there to wear to a hair show in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Homie said, "You going to a hair show in Baltimore?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to a spot called Martin's West, and that's a familiar spot in Baltimore." And shit, he was like, "Word?" He said, "Let me, I'll do you from that." Yo, bro, from this day on, man, that was the first time from head to toe. Chicken and bacon and Philly got a way of dressing. I fuck with Philly because they dress cool, right? Yeah. See, Philly and Baltimore kind of similar. Because they don't know, people don't know about Maury. That Maury crowd, they hard on that. You know what I'm saying? Philly and Baltimore is real similar. So I'm cool with that. So, when you say, when the first time my encounters with Philly, I've been wanting people to know my history. Like, no, niggas fuck with me. Yeah. Like, I've been going in and out of there for a long time. Allegheny, this, that, third. There's a few spots that I met a few chicks that I wouldn't go in their area. Like, yeah, sure. Especially back then, it was a lot more. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't like it is now. Philly was smooth. You just can't go in there acting like you ain't somebody you're not. Back then, it was more like people that's organized. Every neighborhood has somebody that's a boss. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So for me to go, it was niggas I knew, some big willy niggas that I knew, but they, like you said, they had their area. No, you could come over here. You know what I'm saying? She was real over here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like that no more. Yeah. I think Oskino had asked you about like the backlash to when you dropped. Oh yeah, so I was telling you about the backlash, right? So I get on the radio, go. And they hate it. Philly like this was Jay got y'all popping. And Philly like, who the fuck is this nigga? This, that, the third, right? He calling up. Your boy, okay.
Cosmic Kev and all of them. Yo, bro, I know all this, right? They hating in the background because they think I'm hating. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm telling you, this is the situation. My man did me like this, and it was like this, and this shit ain't right. And they like, man, this nigga's good. So one person in particular called me and him going word for word. A guy named DS. Are you familiar with him? Yeah, that's true. Very highly respected. Yeah, very highly respected. Yeah. And two G's going, he felt some way, I felt some way, because I'm like, yo, I'm in this. You know what I'm saying? At the time, he didn't know what was going on, but he spoke on behalf because I guess the way he, I don't know if he had a relationship with Jay or he was just glad that Jay was doing this for y'all. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what it was, but he swear I was hating. You know what I'm saying? But I was trying to, still. He highly respected the Philadelphia, still to this day. That's good. That's good. And they said that too. Yeah, we was talking to him, but be the first. Like, that's why. Yeah. And I'm telling him the same thing. Like, yo, bro, this is the same. This is the situation. Real's supposed to recognize real. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it be seeming unbelievable when you say certain things about somebody when you feel like you know 'em by the music, by the they captivate you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes somebody can do you wrong and do this person like treat him so much with so much respect that he'll never see. Oh, like, and this is about how all this shit is anyway. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? The respect that I see, the loyalty, the respect that you have for Dan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's all due respect. You see, and I respect that. Yeah. But when it comes to me and situations, dang, there's no disrespect to where I want to cuss him out or anything. But I know the Dane before you know the Dane. You know what I'm saying? And he was a different person before you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And me and Dane had our outs and what was that Dane like? Huh? What was that Dane that you knew? What's the same thing? How was the Dane before I know him? What was the difference between how he is now? Oh man, so I always say, Dane, Jay brought Dane with him. Mm-hmm. This my dude, man. He could do this. He know this. He knows the business. This, and that. All right, then he out. Then I'm with it. Anything for you. If you say he official, this, that, and the third, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And fast forward, it was a time Dane says, yo, you know what I'm saying? I really want to put this record company shit together. I really want to put this together. All right, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what connected. You know what I'm saying? But the business side was, again, you know what I'm saying? I put you on this level. You know what I'm saying? And that'll help. Maybe that'll help. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll help. And that helped. So you can't sit here and tell, I'm not, anything I can tell you about. First, paper up, something like, huh? Come on, first, put paper up towards it. Nah, not putting paper up. Whatever Dame Connect was, Dame had a decent connect. Whatever it was. Dame said, yo, you know what I'm saying? If you could, with me, it helps. All right. Well, that's it. You do things. You know what I'm saying? Good business. There's no disrespect. It's good business. And then after a while, I'm sitting in his house, man. I'm sitting in Dame crib, bro. When, fast forward from that time, I'm sitting in there another time as we doing business, and Dan go downstairs, he come up with the album in his hand, like, we did it. This is Rockefeller Records. This it right here. We got our own shit. I see it. The joy, everything. I see it, but I'm there on business. All right, Dan, yeah, I hear you, bro. Let me finish going. I'm out my business. So now you don't need me no more. And that's cool. The business and my work is done, right? Sure. So fast forward, right? I see an opportunity. Jay boom. The business is boom. Foxy Brown, all this shit is coming up. This is ain't no nigga and all that shit. So I'm like, yo, man, street shit, man. Let me see how this shit can help me out on the promoting side. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm a book South Carolina, Myrtle Beach weekend. I'm a book that, right? We get Jimmy to come down. I got the Coliseum. I got niggas fucking feelings on the golf course. I spent a nice grip of money. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know why I would have to do that. You get what I'm saying from the beginning. But I'm trying to keep business in business. Mm-hmm. So in all due respect.
So boom, they come out there, they ain't on, they come up there and shit, and that's that shit was a flop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You would ain't no nigga out. It's the
Yo, bro, it was a flop because they had it was their heritage, it was their culture though. They the bikes at that time.
But like
They don't want to party, they want to ride bikes up and down the street, up and down the street. And bro, I doubted I sold 30 tickets, and at the same time, there's hundreds of thousands of them down there. So it flopped, right? And it was some little bit of cash left that I probably had to pay, that I told Jay that, I felt I'll give it when I went, I had to put all this shit in. So, ain't going on. What? Anything what? But you gonna even talk. I never seen this before. Word, Jane? Nah, niggas, you know what it is. You're gonna kill me when y'all drug dealers trying to be promote these things up, man. We in South Carolina. Oh, I got my little shorty in them. They from South Carolina, little hits niggas that I was in South Carolina and Myrtle Beach as well. Them niggas looking at me like, no, you talking to him like, yo, what? What you want us to do? I'm like, nah, leave that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He got his little son, Boogie, just a baby at that time, bro. I'm like, leave that nigga, son. I'm like, so me and they going back and forth. I go in the room with Jay. I'm like, yo, Jay, hit this nigga, man. Jay, like, some soft shit. Man, go ahead, man. Just, that's how he is. Don't worry. No, get this nigga, man. Check this nigga. Because if you don't check him right now, son, he going to ready see that it's a flow in our shit, bro.
So that was the start of the riff.
That was the start of that was the start of me looking at him like Dan looking at it like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I see now. It's a break in the link between y'all. Between me and Jay. Because Jay don't wanna if I tell you, yo, check this nigga. You know what I'm saying? You heard what he said in Godfather? Yo, don't never talk and yo, don't let the outsiders in like that. If I see you check, you do disrespect your man, it's that and the third, I'm gonna be like, yo, what is that about? And maybe I could do. That's why I kind of always felt like once I was out of the picture, Dame could really talk like, do what he want to do with Jay, because he already know that I wouldn't have been having a lot of shit, bro.
So you think they did something wrong with Jay as far as when they start the shit?
I think once you know a nigga, and you start to, I ain't saying disrespectful, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga ain't who he say he is. You know that. For example, it's like, you try to, your situation with Bleak. He can't convince you that he's a killer now. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Not just Bleak ain't a killer?
Don't start.
I don't even think it's a jail or nothing.
Don't start.
That nigga's a civilian, I'm sure. What's crazy? I got niggas in Philly calling me Colorado O now.
But yeah, so with that going on and shit, I felt that once that happened in South Carolina, and I feel like Jay ain't saying, yo, dang, man, shut the fuck up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You being disrespectful. So he'll know how solid we are. But once niggas see that, but they be like, I ain't even know that. And then fast forward.
So right after that, I'll stop.
Right after that, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't messing with Dame. And I'm trying to tell you, I ain't messing with Dame, but and another incident when, Dame came for me for help when when he had beef with niggas.
After that.
Before that too, but I'm just saying though, that's why I was so surprised in South Carolina. Like, where this come from?
What beef, like in Philly or?
No, he got in the altercation in New York one time and shit. He came out the club with the shit leaking. I had his and everything with me. He came up like, yo, dang, what up, bro? What you want? What you want to do? What is want to do? I had niggas call me and say, yo, the niggas right in front of us. What you want me to do? I couldn't do that, man, because I knew Dave, man, that kind of situation. I said, nah, he ain't gonna hold up if we do, something go down. He ain't that type of dude. But the fact that he came to me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you forget that, bro?
So between all that time, you and Hov was still cool?
Between that time, me and Hov was still cool. That was part of that was the breaking of the situation.
That's South Carolina, really. So even though like, y'all go back all the years, but we got that brother that's like the same project, like, like that. Man, we grew up in the same fucking pocket, nigga. You would never understand. You drive you crazy trying to figure. No. I think one thing that I do, I do got a little bit insight. Right, and that's what I want to ask you. Like, I want to ask you: have my name come? When did you discover it was a day? Have my name come up other than the videos and all of those? I've never heard it. I heard you listen say this to that song, like trying to say like it was trying to say fuck the hating for King. Yeah, so that was the beginning of when you heard. And did you ask? Let me ask you: did you have a relationship with Henry? No. Well, okay. That's not, I mean, I'm rarely though. No, I just asked because, you have you talk. I talk on the text message no time, but that's been in the past, and I'm saying that y'all was in the business. No, but by the time he came out, I just pushed it on. I was already out. I'm already. Yeah. You so, but then I mostly saw you on the DVDs. Okay. Like, right? Because they tried to make it like you was like a rat. You just all type of shit. That was your first impression. You heard it, right? For sure. Okay then. Might never so most forward when you actually like, well, where's this? Who it started making seeing funny like, okay, well, what does this guy have to do with anything? When Jay said that, what was your first experience? What was that? The fuck the him for King. I just automatically think at the time I was like, oh, think somebody would lie about something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I wouldn't think somebody, so I automatically thought like, well, he didn't say exactly no details, but like that means somebody told. Like in the case, and you was in jail and all that shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I like, dang, I ain't really think deep into it, but I started seeing it. I think it's crazy because like to recently I finished telling the story. But that's why your mom, I don't know what I was watching, so YouTube it just came on. And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, oh shit. And like I said, your mom, she started talking, I think it was powerful. It grabbed me in, like, you mean, seeing the mom talk. And the way she was talking, positive, and talking about y'all going to the clinic or some shit like that. Like, and she was and she's still positive though. So I'm like, dang, that's, because at the end of the day, the way I look at it, no matter what the situation was in the past, if I'm that successful, and that's mom's, and she look, that's easy. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. You know? I mean, it's nothing. That's you. That's saying you. So, and nobody can understand why. And when you just saying, it's his mom's, I'm saying, it wasn't just that our family was tied together. That's why a lot of people, you understand, a lot of people stay away from it. But I'm saying, if you're outside looking in, say I'm outside, yeah. Don't know the story. Right. Just being you, yeah. She's saying the story like it's to the yeah. That's because she didn't have to go do some sort of right. Because I mean, you never was successful, they still had your back. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. So without even knowing the story, just seeing that, like, damn. I mean, you would have said, damn, I'm about to go. But I'm just trying to tell people until they in my shoes, like I said, until it was your mother, right? Mm-hmm. I used to wake my mom up, mom, she got locked up. We go get him out. You know what I'm saying? My mom get up, get on the fucking train or drive the train and then go around and say, yo, my son, I'm coming to get my son. You understand what I'm saying? So when a nigga tell me, this is what I'm trying to tell you with these internet niggas. I'm undefeated on this internet with these psycho niggas. So when nigga tell me, yo, when you gonna stop talking about it?
Jay got away from his neighbor, his childhood friend. I let him down a long time. That's what happened. It's sad to say, but sometimes people just gotta drift apart. You know, especially in the game when, like I said, like a lot of shit goes down. People don't really know where people stand. Jay got a talent, and he used his talent to get to where he was at. You know what I'm saying? Can't hate on that. I mean, shit. As far as looking out for him, maybe if he wouldn't have went on line talking crazy, he probably would. I don't know. But yo,
The year is 19.
tell me that's not crazy. Tweet He has more haters out there. Who's the other haters? Right. Well, that's neither here nor there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever, man. They act like Rock Nation's behind everything, all the bullshit. I'm just here watching and laughing at the whole situation.
Music.
But what's really good though is there's a new update in the Nolan Wells situation. And I feel like people should really
Let's move on now. Let's move on
listen.
now. The questions keep piling up. The NBC Chicago investigative team just uncovered some new details tied to the Nolan Wells death case. He's a Mississippi teenager found dead after a 4th of July boating trip with friends. As our team reported 5 days ago, a man in southwest suburban Berwyn was arrested for making death threats against people who were involved in this unresolved case. Now, our investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy in studio revealing that Berwyn man's violent history and has the first photos of this accused threat maker. Chuck.
Thank you, Allison. Stephan. The Berwyn man's name is Edward James Porter, now facing federal charges in the Nolan Wells case for allegedly threatening to murder witnesses and their family members. 33-year-old Porter is being transferred by U.S. Marshals to the courthouse down in Mississippi. Our investigation of Porter's past finds a Metro Chicago man repeatedly described by authorities as a threat to safety because of his numerous arrests for violence and saying he was going to shoot people. His pump stopped working. We're going. We're thinking. The heat index was a broiling 105 during last month's July 4th holiday weekend here on Horn Island, Mississippi. 18-year-old Nolan Wells had taken a short boat ride with friends, but didn't return home with them. His body found 2 days later, face down in the water. With no resolution to what happened, his family and national civil rights leaders have raised questions of a racially motivated killing. And then, as NBC Chicago's investigative team reported last week, a man living in this west suburban Berwyn apartment was arrested for allegedly making death threats to witnesses in the case to kill them, anyone in their homes, and any cops. Porter is also accused by federal prosecutors of threatening to cut up one witness and stuff the remains into a suitcase. Now, NBC5 Investigates uncovers the first photo of Edward Porter. This picture is from the Cook County Jail in 2025. But records we've obtained show Porter's criminal history began years earlier, in 2011, with 24 arrests to follow for domestic violence, breaking court orders of protection, and theft. A city and suburban drifter with no known ties to Nolan Wells or Mississippi. Porter had an Illinois firearm owner card and a handgun that were taken from him when police say he threatened his ex-girlfriend, quote, "I'm going to shoot you." Charges later dropped when she stood down, and it's not known whether the FOID card and gun were returned to Porter. But now, after numerous gun violence, assault, and threat charges by Chicago authorities, most later dropped because the victim wouldn't testify, Porter is facing his first federal charges, accused of inserting himself for unstated reasons into this death mystery in Mississippi. The case against him, according to U.S. investigators, has a trail of cell phone calls from Porter to Mississippi witnesses and IP addresses, all linking back to him in this Berwyn apartment where he was living. When Porter was arrested 11 days ago, Berwyn police accompanied federal agents with the Chicago FBI field office apprehension team. According to Berwyn police records that NBC5 Investigates obtained under the Freedom of Information Act, Porter did not put up a fight. He's due at a Gulfport, Mississippi courtroom on September 3rd. That'll be the first time he's seen down there.
So strange that he even got involved in this case.
At some point, we'll figure that out. It'll come out in court.
Now, isn't that some crazy? The one person that gets arrested is somebody that threatened the witness. And these witnesses are the people that are with Nolan Wells when he died. But no one knows what was happening. So you know it's just a way of saying
Public news in a high.
you to the people who are saying it's a racial situation, you know? And that's disgusting as it is. That's the shit that we do. Um, as for the friends, y'all had their own interviews and everything like that. I think they're going to go ahead and try to milk this as much as they can. The toxicology report showed that he on something, I think. Let's figure it out.
How the heck? How the heck does Chris Cuomo know details to Nolan Xavier Wells' state-led autopsy and toxicology report before Nolan's parents? And let me make this crystal clear. Chris knows details of the state-run autopsy, not the second independent autopsy, the state autopsy. How is this possible? And y'all have the nerve to say that we should trust the system and the authorities? It's clearly fully corrupt and has leaks. And speaking of people who we cannot trust, I can now fully confirm with 1,000% authenticity that former Officer Tatum is a full-on coward. And speaking of former Officer Coward, he sat down with the boys again for a second interview. And surprise, surprise, it was the same thing from the first interview. Them trying to get us to feel sorry for them. If Tatum and these boys put half the amount of energy as they put into these stupid interviews to finding what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells, this case would have been solved 3 weeks ago. Newsflash, y'all still have your life and Nolan doesn't. Nobody feels sorry for you. Yes, you guessed it. I am on one again today. Tatum and these boys drive me crazy. There has been a ton of developments over the past couple of days. Unfortunately, no positive developments in finding out what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells, but developments no less. Sit back, relax. I'll tell you everything you need to know, and then I'll hand it off to you, the out louders. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Chris Cuomo sat down with Bart's lawyer, Russell Latino. This is where he, I think, accidentally leaks information that he has access to Nolan Xavier Wells' autopsy and toxicology report. Now, we'll get to that
Right, thanks, bro.
in a moment. However, I would like to just backtrack and let you guys know the ridiculousness that happened during this interview leading up to the revelation that Chris Cuomo has access to Nolan's state-ran sealed autopsy. Sealed. But Chris has access. Okay. I'm going to play a couple of clips for you. We're going to start off with the lawyer, Russell Latino, addressing the CETO call. And Chris says, a version gets released. Sorry, the lawyer says, a version gets released by MDMS. It's not clear that is the original version.
That conversation from the sweetened audio, which sounds terrible, sounds like there's blaming and about Nolan waking up, and Nolan may well be there by the nature of this conversation. What is your position on the veracity of that sweetened audio?
That audio gets released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. A version of it, it's not clear that that was the original audio.
Excuse me, Mr. Latino. Are you now questioning the authorities in Mississippi? Because when we do it, it's defamation. But now you're going to tell us The audio put out by the officials at MDMS, you are questioning if it's original?
That audio gets released by the Michigan Department of Marine Resources. A version of it, it's not clear that that was the original audio.
Now, listen to Chris ask Russell Latino about Bart's potential implication in Nolan Wells' passing. You'll notice he asks Russell Latino 2 or 3 questions, he answers them, and then he asks him, hey, did anybody see your client, Bart, with Nolan while the boat was leaving? Then you're going to see the deflection, and Russell Latino says, certainly not to my knowledge. Whoa, you had all the definitive answers before, but all of a sudden, not to my knowledge, and then you smile?
Your client was not on a boat with Nolan Wells. He knew Nolan Wells, he was not with him. When your client got on the boat to help, Nolan Wells was not there. True?
That's correct.
Your client was not present when anything happened to Nolan Wells. Is that true?
Yes.
Your client was never part of a conversation where other people were panicked about what had happened to Nolan Wells.
That's correct.
And no one saw your client with Nolan Wells while the boat was leaving.
Yeah, I mean, certainly not to my knowledge. Certainly not to my knowledge.
So after Bart's lawyer answered those questions and avoids the last one, Chris now says, well, because you answered all those questions so definitively, you're basically saying that that CETO call doesn't matter. You'll hear him say, I'll just say my client had nothing to do with Nolan's passing. Again, avoiding the direct question if the CETO call matters or not.
So then it doesn't really matter what the sweetened audio says unless there was another guy with the same name as your client who was on that boat at a different time. Other than that, your suggestion is it cannot be accurate.
Yeah, I would just say again that my client had nothing to do with Nolan Wells.
Oh, the deflection does not stop there, people. Chris now says, does Bart remember the last time he saw Nolan on the island? Bart's lawyer completely avoids the question because he's like, okay, I know I've been ducking and dodging, but let me just completely avoid it now. Then he starts talking about Bart being 21 years old.
Does your client remember the last time he saw Nolan Wells at the event? Does he remember the last time he saw him there?
Yeah, what I would say on that is he has told me that he did see Nolan that day, but that they really didn't interact that day. One of the things to appreciate here is that my client is 21 years old.
Does he remember the last time he saw him there?
Okay, now let's get to the most important clip from this interview where Chris talks about the autopsy.
Now, I am hearing from sources that I will protect close to the investigation that the investigators do have more information from their autopsy. You have also heard that they know things about the first autopsy.
There are things that I know that I think the average person doesn't know.
I think there are things that I know that the average person doesn't know that are not points of speculation.
All right, sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but notice how Chris just flexed his muscles there to say like, oh, well, I have more knowledge than the average person. That just lets you know that he is more concerned with leaking this information for clicks, for views, for his notoriety than he is trying to solve the case. Because if you have this information, why aren't you telling Nolan's parents about it? Why are you on here telling YouTube? And why are you here flexing that like, oh, I know more than the average person? Chris?
They found evidence of water in tissue and cavities consistent with drowning. That there was water there, but it is not conclusive. I am being told it is consistent.
There you have it, folks. Chris Cuomo is letting you know that the autopsy results that are sealed, that the DA promised would go right to the grand jury and not leak out to the public. We still have zero information from Ben Crump that any of this is even going to the parents or any lawyers, but Chris Cuomo knows the results are drowning. Okay? Now, I am not even going to go in further into what he says because he tries to like kind of like backtrack it a little bit and trying to like clean up his stuff. No, Chris, we know that you have privileged information that's supposed to be sealed, and we want to know how You got that. And it doesn't only go, he doesn't only talk about the autopsy. Chris also has information of the toxicology report.
Also, the toxicology early on shows a significant level of blood alcohol, the BAC level, as they call it in the body.
Now, I'll address that alcohol blood content thing in a minute. Listen to when Chris now asks Russell Latino, Bart's lawyer, hey, you heard the same thing about the toxicology report. Watch him come out now and be like, okay, I'm not even going to deflect. I'm just going to come out and tell you, Chris, I want no parts of this. You go down on your own. I was going to say sinking ship, no pun intended, but you go on that hill by yourself, bro.
You have also heard that. Am I correct, counsel?
I'm going to wait till the pathologist puts out the report.
Now, let's address the toxicology information that Chris has. Okay, so suppose he did have alcohol in his system. What about Jax? What about Bart? What about Warren? What about them? What did they have in their system? Oh, that's right. We will never know what was in their system July the 4th because they were never arrested. They were never tested. Nothing. It's been 31, 32 days and they're just walking around. Oh, yeah, they answered some questions. If you would have arrested them, you would have been able to test them for these things. I'm not saying they're guilty, but there was enough grounds to at least arrest them, and you would have known what was in their system. But now the headlines, according to Chris, when it comes out, is going to be Nolan had alcohol, and now when you mix it in with the drowning, it's going to come out and say, well, he was drinking, whatever he drowned, he just did this to himself. And now you know that Chris Cuomo has been compromised. He's over on the TMZ side. He's over on the Bart side, and that is where Chris has decided to sit. This is clear after this interview. Like I said, why when the boys tested, how come we're not going to know what was in their system? It's going to come out. Nolan was the crazy one, right? The one black guy in the crew, he was the crazy one drinking. Y'all were cool, right? Okay. Please do not allow Chris Cuomo to go unchecked. Chris, where did you get this information from about the autopsy and the toxicology report? What are the leaks? Where are the leaks? This is supposed to be sealed. And Chris, why, if you have this information, since you're such an ally, because you had Ben and you had Christine and Elmore on your show, and you pledged to them that you want to try to find the truth and you want information, why don't you go to them instead of going to your YouTube subscribers? That is the question I want to know. Okay, now we're done with Chris. Let's move on to former Officer Coward, the new lawyers, and the fact that they went to the island over again on the weekend, and the interview. Foreign Island, Mississippi, CNN. Friends of Nolan Wells says they wanted to investigate the island for themselves. This is according to attorneys for Warren Hudson, Jax, and Morgan. The attorneys said two friends wanted to visit Horn Island off the Mississippi coast on Friday. Here you'll see a picture at the bottom here. Photo shows attorney Edward, and stay tuned, I'll give you guys some information on Edward, with his arm extended out while his client Warren stands next to him Friday at the beach on Horn Island. I also have another picture for you. Here is them on the back of the boat again Friday on the island. And here is a message that they put out after visiting the island and after the interview with former Officer Coward. We've been working tirelessly to identify the specific offenders who have, as a matter of law, defamed Warren, Jax, and Morgan. I can only tell you that there are two individuals who will be very recognizable. Attorney for Nolan Wells' friends. What this is the lawyers that I just showed you pictures of, and you guys might be confused of like, okay, the lawyers are going out to the island. No, they're not trying to solve the case. They're not trying to find out what's happening. This is their defamation lawyers. I'm going to give you some information about Edward in a second, but all of this is all about defamation. Nothing to do with Nolan. You see this statement here? Oh, two individuals are going down. Two YouTubers. They're going to be very familiar. Why are you putting so much energy into this? And if you think just this statement is a lot of energy, wait until we talk about the interview that Officer Coward put out yesterday. The energy the money, the resources that these people are spending to sue content creators, to sue YouTubers, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You have the audacity to call Nolan your friend, and this is what you're putting out? Okay. Let's now go over to the interview. Surprise, surprise, the first people to get a clip of the interview before it was released was none other than TMZ, the homies, right, who were in cohorts with all of them. Nolan Wells' friends say they wish we never went to Horn Island. We'd still have our brother back. We still have our brother with us. Give me a break. Okay, let me just tell you right now, this interview is a colossal waste of time. It's 25 minutes. Do not watch it. First of all, just don't even give them any more clicks, but do not watch it just because it's a waste of time. You're not going to get anything. I'm going to let you know in like 2 or 3 minutes what this interview was about, okay? Officer Tatum kicks off this interview by saying, hey, how's life been like since Nolan's passing? And the answer is not like, anything about Nolan. It's about their experience and how their life is and their DMs and their text messages. And it's this 5 minute sob story about how their life has been since they made their faces public. Now, we know that there was a picture or two out, but bro, you're sitting down with Officer Coward being blasted all over TMZ. You're the one who's putting yourself out there even more.
What has life been like for you guys? Because I heard that Traceman, he went to a corner store and they told him his money is not good there. They won't even let him buy a Gatorade.
Yeah.
And you experiencing things like that or something totally different?
Oh my gosh, poor Tristan. You guys have your lives. You're doing interviews, you're going to work, but we should feel sorry for you because you can't get Gatorade? Now, listen to their lawyer, their defamation lawyer, Edward, address content creators and YouTubes that are making defamatory statements to these boys, Morgan, Jax, and Warren. Actually, I told you guys I was going to give you some information about Edward. I'm actually going to do it in a separate video. Edward doesn't like me. Edward was Joe McCann's lawyer. Remember Janae Ashley Robinson, Joe McCann, Tanzania, Africa. Yeah, same lawyers, of course. Hello, right wing, extreme right wing. Of course, we're going to be connected and help each other out. So Edward doesn't like me for my coverage of Joe McCann. I'm going to make a whole separate video of that. But in this interview, you'll see, by the way, he's sitting down there with a baseball cap and a hoodie on and like sitting down there like he's not a lawyer, like he's one of the boys. But when it first came out on TMZ, people was like, who's that guy in the corner? Yeah, that's their lawyer trying to look and hang out with these boys. Like, yo, this is my homies right here. Listen to him make kind of like light of the situation and indirectly trying to scare content creators by pulling a line from a movie, from The Bronx Tale. And then you'll see, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Jax. You'll see Jax kind of like laugh at the line. This is just a joke for them. It's not serious.
And let me tell you something. If you're out there and you lied about these guys, you lied about my guys, you lied about Tyler's guys here, if you lied about Morgan, if you lied about Jax, if you lied about Warren, we're going to get you. And you're going to be hauled into court. You're going to be held accountable. And it's going to be very painful. And what I would say to the people who have done that is now's your chance. If you want to apologize and retract before you find yourself in court, you should probably do that now. Because if you don't do that, once you're in court, now you can't leave. You won't be able to get out of it. Now you can't leave. Now you can't leave.
Now you can't leave. Give me a break. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Ain't nobody scared of you around here, bro. I can't talk about other YouTubers or other content creators, but real YouTubers, real content creators that actually really do this, not the people who sit down at home, just getting on their TikTok, saying stuff or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not condoning what they're doing, but real YouTubers that actually have an effect, you know what we're doing, and we're not afraid of you. FYI. Okay, now let's move on to when they lost me. And y'all might be asking, like, Trent, didn't they lose you weeks ago? Yes, they have. But this pushed me over the edge. Because y'all know there's one person in all of this who I do not play around with, and that is Mama Nolan. The fact that you brought up Christine in this interview
in such a disrespectful way. Y'all just took this here, and brought it to here for me.
I feel like his mom blasting us on social media from the get go.
If that was not bad enough, listen to Warren say that he is happy that he first called the Coast Guard. And I just want to quote from the beginning, I'm glad I called the Coast Guard. From the beginning, sir, you claim you last saw Nolan at 3 p.m. and you called the Coast Guard at 11 p.m. So for the people who don't know the ins and outs and the intricacies of this, they hear you saying, "Oh, I called the Coast Guard from the beginning." Excuse me, on that CETO call, they asked if you guys wanted the Coast Guard. You said no. But when everything was done and everything was all cleaned up and everything was, when you guys were ready for the Coast Guard, 11 p.m. Oh yeah, okay, Coast Guard. What's going on? My friend's missing, bro. 3 p.m. till 11.
From the beginning, I'm glad that I called the Coast Guard. I'm glad I made the first contact within all of this. I'm glad I was the first one that called Christine Wells that night and told her that we hadn't heard from her son. And I'm glad that I did all of that, but I hate the way this has been perceived by the media and portrayed. This has like been absolutely horrible, the way the things that they've said to us.
If that didn't make you sick to your stomach, everything that I played for you, guess what? There's going to be 2, 3 more parts from Officer Coward's interview. This was just the beginning because, he doesn't want to waste his clips all in one video, so he's going to give you parts of it. Okay, fine. YouTuber strategy, fine. But my point is that you're not just a YouTuber anymore. You're saying you want to get to the truth. And this is not getting to the truth by talking to these boys about how they're feeling. And your motive is to try to get us to be afraid, and we're not. And you're also trying to get us to feel sorry and apologize to these boys. And it's never going to happen. So you can keep doing whatever it is that you want to do. It's not going to work. Now, ironically, former Officer Coward loves to do interviews. And as you know, for those who've been watching this channel, my last 2 videos were about former Officer Coward and about him asking me to interview him. And I said, sure, let's go. He says he wants to sit down and tell everybody, wants to tell the world his position. I said, all right, come on, let's go anytime. Now, he's been ducking and dodging, and I've been calling him out. He said that he was going to send me the metadata for the video that exonerates the voice. He hasn't sent it to me. Harvey says that he's seen it. He hasn't sent it to me. So I'm not going to go back to the whole 2 days. I'm just going to show you where things are at with our interview, and you're going to see 100%, 1000% evidence that he's ducking and dodging me. As I always do, because I am a transparent person, I'm going to play a video of my DMs for you so that you know it is not AI, it's not Photoshop. This is a video. You see I'm pulling this aside here. You see the actual timestamps. This is...
Oh, hell no. We ain't going through all that. It's your boy, Matt Mizzle. And y'all going to catch some more on the next show. Catch you back here tomorrow. Same Mac time. Same Mac channel. You know my slogan. Keep it real in the field. Get out of here. Peace and release.